Yo. Once again, we back. This is with Just Messengers podcast. Of course, I'm Mo.
I'm Mike.
You know, it's Do It Media Sundays, WJTM Sundays. We need my guy Drew Money on the boards, man.
How y'all feeling?
Feeling great, man. How y'all doing, man? Got a special guest for y'all today. Actor, my boy Deak. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, y'all, bro? Man, appreciate y'all having me out here, man. For real.
Of course, man.
No problem, man. You welcome.
For real. It's about time, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. How you been, man?
I've been blessed, man. Just, just moving in silence, and just trying to be consistent. Pretty much, man. That's daily life type shit.
Yeah, man. We be seeing each other in passing, man. So you always like on the move and shit, man. Doing your thing, man. Just let the people know, like, as far as like acting, man, what you got going on, and basically how you started and stuff like that.
Oh shit, man. This acting thing been since I was a young boy. You know what I mean? I was living out in Germany, bro, as a kid.
Oh, where? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I was born out there. My pops was in the military and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
So I lived out there till like the second grade or whatnot, and I was just involved with plays, church plays, community plays, in school, whatnot, because I guess my pops knew I sucked in sports, so I just nigga said I could have hit a jumper for shit, so you like, go ahead and just act, nigga.
I mean, at least he had the leadership to see it.
He had me doing karate class, swimming class. Like, nah, you gonna drown. Hey, just go ahead and recite a Martin Luther King speech for me. So, but after that, man, like I just been bitten by the bug since. I just stayed in my lane, and I've just been being consistent. And we moved back to the States in like '94. Just been heavy on it. Like I just still, stay consistent with it. And then like in 2013, I took it real serious as far as like being in that camera.
Right.
My first film was Travis Pearson, I don't know, director in Charleston, man, America Street. And
I'm familiar with that movie.
Yeah, he gave me my first shot, man. It was a small little cameo role, man, but that shit meant a lot to me because I've always envisioned myself being on that camera. So he gave me that shot, and then after that, man, I just been full throttle, by myself until, I started building up the, a buzz for myself to get as far as like getting an agent and then getting me help to get other type of projects. So,
Yeah, I remember you telling me you were doing it for what, 13 years now, like consistently, as far as that, or longer?
As on a professional level, 2013, but mostly all my life though. But yeah, professionally, 2013, man, after the birth of my second born, I've been like on it.
Word, that's what's up. What do you think has been some of your how can I say this? What do you think was the moment that you told yourself, like, yeah, man, like this shit definitely for me?
Man, it's just as a kid, man, we always, had that wild imagination. I know I had just portraying other roles, other characters and everything. You just get that sensation, man, about it, like that thrill of it. So me I knew I was getting something. I mean, not because of the praise and everything, but I just felt good about myself that I could, put on a performance and make that shit go off, And I've been, a few people that have reached out to me to, to do different type of projects for them.
Right.
But honestly, I recently just produced my first time producing my short. And that right there for me was like, yeah, this is it.
That's what's up, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's called Maybe Daddy, man. Maybe Daddy. We shot that last year, and we just had like a short premiere for it last week, as a matter of fact, man. Shout out to Felicia Rivers for Geechee One. She
doing her thing, man. Like she going crazy.
Oh yeah,
bro.
I got. We got a project coming up.
I'm following her on Facebook.
October.
Like she always talking about like stuff she go through, like dealing with Tubi and stuff like that.
Yeah. That
Tubi.
Tubi.
She building a hell of a resume on that.
That Tubi, bro. That people. I mean, we know the thing with Tubi, but
I seen one of the shorts that you sent me. What was that, a few months ago?
Yeah.
That basically sent around your homeboy, and he was going through a breakup and shit like that.
Yeah, that was Unveils, man. Shout out to Eugene Bennett, man. We shot there in Charlotte, and that was a pilot we shooting, man. It gives you the vibe of the show Atlanta that we all love Atlanta, man. But it's like it deals with a perspective of an everyday actor's life. Pretty much, it's kind of like my life as well, bro.
Right.
Like especially a guy who's trying to make it, but he's still balancing his personal life, his love life. He still got to work that 9 to 5.
Right.
And then doing auditions and stuff like that. So it's an interesting project, man. I'm proud to be a part of, man. And we got more in store with that too. But
yeah, so Unveils, you think it's gonna be like a multiple seasons type of thing?
I feel so, because it's just, again, a lot of people who do the thing I do could relate to it. We like pretty much bringing like a lot of stories from other people's lives who are actors, actresses, or whatnot, even film directors or producers or whatever, even the vice versa, a person who's in a relationship with an actor, what they go through or whatnot.
Multiple angles.
Yeah. I mean, my lady goes through a lot of shit with me, man. So it's like she could relate to some of the topics of the project that we got going on.
Who's the actor you would say that you kind of study?
Man, which one? Bro, like, it's a lot of them. I look up to guys like, of course, Samuel Jackson, man, Marlon Brando, Bruce Willis, Daniel Day-Lewis, even the upcoming guys like Jonathan Majors, rather whatever his situation is, it has nothing to do with the art. I think it's brilliant, man. And Daniel Kaluuya, those dudes, man, like I kind of pull from each and every last one of them, dog, for like the charisma, the ability. Of course, we already got the Denzels or whatnot, man. But everybody choosing Denzel. I like to choose the underdog guys, who really don't really get that recognition as much. We always put Denzel as that pedestal. He like what Jay-Z, like he's not in the full. He's not like the.
I get what you're saying.
I
Yeah,
get what you're saying. Denzel, my personal favorite, but I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. Even his son, John David, like he's coming up, bro. So those guys, I really take admire to. So,
who would you say is an actor / director you would like to work with at the same time?
Man, bruh, it's a lot, bro. Like I always had a passion to work with Spike Lee on something. It's just something like, I mean, we grew up from the 90s, man.
We seen his work.
We seen the work.
That's like some bucket list type shit.
Yeah, man. I want to get on that dolly with the moving joint. I've been wanting to do that since I was damn near 5 years old. Yeah. So I want that so bad. So it's like him for me. I want to be able to have a chance to say I work with Spike Lee. I don't give a damn if I only got like a one-liner. Like I want that, Even you got new guys out here like Michael B. Jordan. The way how he directed Creed 3. I don't know if y'all seen that.
Yeah.
To me, like that shit was amazing. Like for him to be his first project, bro. Like
he did a real good job.
Real good, especially the fighting scenes. It really, you could tell his love for anime. Like that was highly inspired for that shit. I ain't no huge anime person, but this is the fact that you incorporate something like from cartoons into an actual real life.
Fire.
That was dope, man. So that's those type of guys, man. But again, Spike Lee, man, it's my choice. And as far as like actor wise, a lot. Like Bria Lawson, those type of actresses, man. Zoe Saldana. I know I'm butchering her name.
Zoe Saldana,
yeah, down. Like those dudes, man. Like those chicks, man. Those artists, man. Robert Downey Jr. Those dudes. The veterans, really.
Yeah.
OGs.
Bria, that's a special woman right there, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hell yeah. So why not?
I know there's a show that's out right now that that I could be on that show. What show is that?
Well, it's not out now, but I wish it would come back. Like I miss Atlanta, bro. Like
Atlanta
that.
No, I could definitely see Deak on that shit. I can see you on that shit for real.
Atlanta, man. Oh, Lakeith Stanfield, like that's my guy.
Yeah.
Brian Henry, golly, Tyree Bryant.
Yeah, Tyree Brown.
Like those dudes, like he in the show now called Class of 09.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah,
I gotta watch that. I've been meaning to watch that shit.
I meant to catch that.
Yes.
Y'all watch The Idol yet?
I
haven't heard of that.
Is it out yet?
With
The Weeknd.
Yeah,
with the Weeknd and Johnny Depp daughter.
Oh, okay, I gotta check that out.
That's coming up.
What's that centered around?
It's about this. Was like a pop star or some shit like that, or
something like that.
Yeah, I know the dudes who made Euphoria made that show.
Yeah, so you know it's lit, man. Yeah, Euphoria. Even with a show like Dave, man, like Dave is. I don't know if y'all watched Dave with Lil Dicky's joy, but
I haven't seen it before. I catch it.
I watched the new season.
Y'all have to, man. Like it's comedy genius. Like
no, it's fine. I like it.
Like for real. Like I advise anybody to watch that show. But those type of shows, comedy, drama, whatnot, that's that type of environment with the Euphoria, that type of sick, demented type shit. I don't know. I'm into that type of shit, man. Because it's really artistic, man. It's like you no homo. Like you busting it wide open, bro. And like
do you think? I mean, cut you off.
No,
do you
good.
think it's important, like, to establish like a clear boundary between like the artistic side of it and then just straight up being weird? Because sometimes I watch something that's like, bro, like I don't know how to interpret it. Like, say like Euphoria for one, like, you know, I get what they're trying to do on there for the most part, but the reason I stayed away from the show for a long time based off clips that I would see from it sometimes instead of like watching the whole thing. And I kind of robbed myself because it actually is a good show but sometimes like we kind of blend the line. You get what I'm trying to say?
I get
like,
what you mean.
What you think about that?
Like you mean as far as I guess art imitating life.
Yeah,
like, these characters are really like that in person. I mean, as an actor, you want to incorporate a little bit of yourself in each of those roles, each character that you portray. It may not be necessarily true, but it's like your alter ego.
Right.
Like, you may be the sweetest person there is, but you could like a role that you have that you are playing is the total opposite. Deep down, it may be really inside you. You just never in your everyday life. You never, display that out until because you got actors out here like far as like we always be asking like these guys are really homosexual or whatever, but they're really not. It's like
they're just embodying a role.
Yeah, just embodying a role. It's embodying a role. And for me, for instance, I've played a gay guy in the project. I didn't get in depth in it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it was more of in a comedic sense, you know. But honestly, be honest with you, bro, like as an actor, if you feel like you cannot be 100% with that, doing that character, don't do it because you're doing it. Rather you believe in that person's lifestyle or not, rather it's in sexuality, religion. You know, there's people out there who could relate to that character. So if you feel like you can't really bring that to life, I advise you don't take that role because you're doing that disservice. And there's people out there that watch that film or whatever that can relate to that character, and they're gonna call you out on that shit. Like you seen
basically was playing around with it.
Like
you didn't bring it to life.
Yeah, like in hip hop or whatever, you see somebody that's not. What you call it? Culture vulture or whatever.
Right.
Just being fake with it.
Being
like,
fake
you know, like, man, nigga, we don't do that.
Right.
So vice versa.
That's a great point. I never really thought about that.
You see what I'm saying?
A great point.
It's just being truly genuine. Rather you believe in that person, believe in that type of lifestyle or not. Your job is to bring that shit to life. Right. So if you can't do that shit, I advise you, man, moving on. You know?
No, I feel what you're saying. I got you.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's a role that you are a strong point at, and as far as like a role that you want to get better at? Are you trying to be versatile, or are you trying to stay in a certain pocket?
I think every actor wants to be versatile. You know, you don't. You know, they call it the typecast or whatever.
Typecast.
You know, I don't want to be typecast. That's why I've kind of like.
I remember Jaleel White was talking about that off the heels of Family Matters.
Yeah,
how he got typecasted and it really bothered him. So some get typecasted, you know, against their own will. You know what I'm saying? Because they just been known for just this character for so long. So I mean, is there a way to kind of avoid that? You feel like, or do you feel like you gotta like dibble and dabble in different type of characters?
I feel like you should dibble and dabble. I mean, working on something. I mean. Dipping something that you feel like you have a chance to do. I mean, a lot of people are stuck in doing the comedy thing, but again, they don't want to be typecast, so you have to it's work. That's why people. So I advise people to always go take classes. You be versatile as far as like in the. You really gotta find that pain within yourself. As far as doing like a drama, thriller, whatnot. But even in comedy, there's a lot of pain in that shit too. We see the comedic side, but whatever they had to go through to get to that comedy it's been dark.
Mm-hmm.
Like for
No,
me,
that's a
like,
fact.
I
That's a
love
fact.
comedy.
That'd be the best comedy too.
I love comedy, man, but it always comes from a dark place. Like I've done a few comedy shit that came from a dark place, but it's all how you just
How
pretty
you
much
translate it, really?
yeah, pretty much, man. Again, go back to your question. Like I want to be versatile. I want to do more comedy. I want to do more drama, thriller, suspense type projects because it's a playground for us, man. Like we want to jump, to play on the monkey bars or on the swing set. It's like that type of vibe for us, man. So I want to push up more and just do that. I don't want to be labeled as the specific comedy. I want to do a Kevin Hart, honestly. And I see, and I know slight to him, but we even doing nothing but comedy films. And then he's dipping into kind of some serious roles.
Yeah.
But it's hard because he's already established himself as a comedian, so it's hard
It was kind of hard for me to take him serious on that one film. I'm not gonna
Fatherhood?
lie. Yeah,
Fatherhood?
it was kind of hard for me to
That's
look
what
at
I'm
him in a
saying.
serious role.
Oh no,
The one with Wesley Snipes.
yeah, true story.
Yeah, true story.
That
It was
fire, though.
it was good though.
That was fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
But I just couldn't.
I think if it's good, it
being
outweigh. It
serious.
kind of outweigh.
Yeah,
everything.
man. So it's like,
I think when you get into it earlier, I kind of look at it like Will Smith and Jamie Foxx.
oh,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
started off, we known them as funny, but then they embodied serious roles.
Yeah.
So it's like, but they did it early.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh shit, like Will Smith is just not the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Jamie Foxx is just not Jamie off of what's the comedy show that all of them was
Jamie
in?
Foxx.
In Living Colour.
In Living Color and all this other stuff. So
But
I feel like when you start to embody the serious roles early on, you kind of avoid probably some people looking at like a Kevin Hart situation.
Yeah, and comedy's hard, bro. Like,
Yeah, it is.
They
It's very
think it's
hard.
easy.
But if you could be a comedian and do the serious roles like the Ali or the 7 Pounds and then Jamie with Ray
yeah.
and all that other stuff, man, that's art. That's art.
I think that would help. As far as with Jamie Foxx situation, I think that actually took him serious as being a serious actor with Ray, because other films we seen Jamie in was like with comedy, whatnot.
For the most part,
Prior, yeah.
For the most part,
I'm trying to think.
his films were like, besides Any Given Sunday, like that was kind of like a dramatic, but it still had his elements
Still
of
had
comedy.
It
elements.
has some of his
But
elements.
yeah,
yeah.
Ray was like the one that really like, yo, I can do this shit for real, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
exactly. Even with Will Smith, same thing with Will Smith. His very first film was forgot the name of it.
He was like a butler, wasn't he, or something like that?
he was pretty much he was a scammer, but he
Yeah.
was like a gay guy.
Yeah.
That was his first serious role.
His
you know
first
what I mean?
serious role, yup.
that was
got
still
into-
during. That was before Fresh Prince or
That was-
during.
No, it was
during.
during.
But
Fresh
that was
Prince.
like his
That was
first
the
major serious,
film.
like
Right.
serious film. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And then he just blew it up after that. So, again, it's just all about how bad do you want it. If you feel like you want,
We always say
You know
that,
what I mean?
bro.
How
With
bad do
anything,
you
it's
want
how
it?
bad do you want it? Yeah.
you got to get out there. You got to move uncomfortably. Like if you comfortable in your pocket, if the comedy or drama, that's your pocket. Hey, do your thing. But if you want to expand your career, expand your mind or whatever, you got to step out that box.
What do you think is the most important 3 things that an actor would have to do, like uncomfortable wise, for them to break through? You feel like, if you could just name.
Oh man, uncomfortable. Move afraid. I'm pretty sure y'all hear that before. More like doing something afraid or whatever. And don't judge yourself. Don't judge the character neither. Like when you playing for instance, like if you playing a role of a serial killer or whatnot, your life, you're not going to kill nobody, like going to killing spree or whatnot. But you portraying a character who does that, you cannot judge that person. It's a
Right.
reason why that person doing the things he do, rather you believe it or not. It's like all about understanding his backstory. Always do your research before you start getting to the actual production and whatnot. Rather it's a biopic or something make believe. It comes from a real place from somebody we may not know or whatever. So I just feel like just just doing your research and being honest. Main thing, being honest about what you're doing. Don't look at it as a mockery or a parody, whatever. Just being total percent pure with that character. Pretty much putting yourself in that person's shoes.
Yeah.
Rather you do it in real life or not. Or hell, even if you do it in real life, just make that shit look real, authentic. You know, if that.
How do you balance out to follow that up? How do you also balancing out doing free work when you're trying to come up as an actor? Because I know you had some instances where you probably like, you know what, well, I ain't getting paid for this, but you know, it can help my resume as far as that.
And that in this acting world, especially when you indie or whatever, you're gonna do a lot of work. How bad you want it? You really want this shit? Some work is not gonna be paid, or little pay.
Sometimes the pay is the content, like just putting it out there for
build
sure.
up your damn resume.
Yeah.
You know, get that reel. Build up your reel. That's with all the clips that you have clips of acting jobs that you've done compiled in one. So you can send it off to casting directors, whatever, so they can see your range. Rather as comedy, that's another thing about stepping out the box instead of just staying in one lane. But I mean, if this is your thing, if you just feel comfortable doing comedy projects, hey, by all means, do your thing. But if you want to be cast in different other type of stuff, man, you gotta express that range. Again, some work is gonna be you're gonna have to do it for free. I wouldn't advise doing everything for free. That's just crazy, because you want your worth. You want people to know your worth. I mean, for me, when I started, shit, nigga, I'll do it for free, right? Or buy me lunch or some shit, or pay for my gas mileage, all that stuff, man. Until when they see you start doing, like, see you getting roles and being, consistent with it, then you can be like, all right, name your price.
And that's one thing about acting. I feel like that's one of the things, if you really want it, that's one profession I can say for sure. I feel like don't really got a timetable on it. Like, look at Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson was like what, his late 40s before we really started seeing him in his true light. So I always look at Samuel L. Jackson as one like, when people are like, man, well, shit, I've been doing this shit for 10 years. Well, imagine doing it for 20 before you finally get your break. You see what I'm saying?
Like,
so
you can't put a time on that shit. You can't, because I mean, we make fun of Morgan Freeman all the time, but he been in the game for a long time.
Yeah, he been in the game for a long time.
When he got his break, I want to say he was maybe early 50s.
That sound about right.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that
I forgot the name of the film.
In his 80s now.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the film. He's still working.
He's still working. Yeah.
Like, dog.
He narrating albums and shit now.
Yes. Like you can't put a time. I used to think like that. I used to be like, damn, it's gonna be too late. I'm almost. I was in my 20s at the time. I used to think like that. I'm like, damn, it's gonna be too late for me. And then I had mentors and people that would give me words of advice. And I would go to like seminars or workshops. Actors who been in the game for years. You may not know about them, but they put in the work, and they tell you the same thing. Don't fuck time. Just continue to work. Like, hell, the lady, God rest her soul, the old lady from on Black Panther, the elder lady. That was her first role ever, and she been in the game. I think she was like 81 81 when she finally did her first project, which was goddamn a Marvel movie. Mm-hmm. But she been in the game for a mighty long time. So it's just how bad you want it, you just keep on going, man. Fuck the time. Just continue to do it.
100%. How long would you say it takes to study a character? Preparation wise.
Pretty much every role I have got. It really depends on when they tell you, like, as far as prep work and production wise, beginning production. Like, for instance, we start in September. We start this new movie, this thriller. The same guy I told you about, Eugene Bennett. We started a production for that in September, and I've been working on that shit since February.
That's good,
because it's a psychological thriller. So, and every time you get a role, sometimes you can start production the following month. It all depends. So pretty much right away, when you know you got that role, they tell you got it, you jump on it right away, because you going for your audition, you do the sides. And they only give you a little bit of information of the role that you trying to get. And even still, when you even doing the audition, still do your research on that character that you're doing. And once when you get that role, then you do your homework right then and there. That's what I do anyway. I'm pretty sure a
Get
lot
right
of actors,
on it. You don't bullshit.
Yeah, you can't. Hey, that's a fucking job. Like they paying you. They rely on you to tell their story. You know, any job, you know what I mean? Like you get on their shit. So I get on it, man. It works, especially me being a family man, and you know, so it's work balancing family life and your professional life or whatnot.
How hard would you say is that balancing? You know, trying to become getting to that level of stardom as far as an actor and balancing out having a family at the same time.
It could be a challenge, man. I think any actor who has a family or hell, pretty much, if that person don't have a family, it still could be a challenge because you still have to work your job. You need to put food on the table, clothes on your back, while trying to pursue your dreams. It definitely be a challenge, and I've been discouraged a lot. Like hell, I'm damn near doing therapy right now, man. You know what I mean? Just trying to balance my life out, man. But
how has that been? I mean, you don't got a deep dive or nothing like that, but how has it been?
I tell people all the time, man, I love it, bro. I got a amazing therapist, man, a black guy. And he helps me out a lot. Just as far as like just how to maneuver out here, you know, because it could be. You know the shit we going through these days.
Yeah.
Just being a black man in the United States, yo.
Did you personally pick going to a black male therapist, or did it matter female or male?
Me personally, it did matter.
Right.
I wanted to pick somebody who
I think we should only speak to like black male therapists.
Because honestly, I had a therapist before. I had a black woman.
Yeah, I had a black woman too. She was pretty good.
And don't get me wrong, I love her. Like I
had a female therapist who she was fire.
I did. I just wanted to hear from that man perspective,
right?
Because yes, a woman, the woman gonna have the right things to say to you, but also you want to have somebody who could probably relate to you.
It's like looking in the mirror.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Plus, it's like from my experience, women are just more nurturing by nature. So they're gonna keep it real with you but they still like, I won't say coddling. They still gonna comfort you in a way. But like Mike say, like when you speak to another male, like if that's like somebody who's really dedicated to the craft, they gonna hold that mirror up at the end of the day. So
right. And they should never judge you. Don't make you feel like they judging you. You know what I mean? Like, hell, we talk about every goddamn thing. But like before the sessions, we just talk about how my day was, how my week was, how the family, pretty much, just lure you in, make you feel comfortable until we get down to the nitty gritty.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I respect that about him, man. And it helps me out a lot, especially with projects, man. Like, it depends on what type of project a person do. He could be playing a serial killer or whatnot. And we go off the really in taking that role and bringing it into our daily life. So I advise everybody to go to a therapist. Same thing, we hear about the Heath Ledger situation as far as like him getting really in depth in that Joker character. I don't know if it's true or not, but the talks or whatever.
I mean, that's all I heard about
so
that.
So it's good to seek a therapist before and after you do a role like that, especially something that that's not your real life or whatever. So that's what I do. And that's why in this rule that's coming up, that's why I've been really heavy with that shit, because it's intense. It's gonna be intense.
So actually embodying a role can like have a effect on you. You feel like?
I feel it can. I mean, especially if let's just say if a person who's an actor, right, and he was not really living his life, not really living life. He's just fully focused on his craft. That's why I also always advise people, actors or whatever, to live your life. Like, do something, create a hobby for you. Don't be seriously just stuck on the acting. You gotta have that off switch or whatnot. Because if you don't have that off switch, and you're gonna bring that role to your household.
Damn, for real? You feel like you're bringing it to the household?
If I didn't really step out the box, like I like traveling. I like going hiking and shit. Me and my lady, we go hiking and try to explore shit. If I was not doing that, I would, with the trauma that I already have adding more shit to, playing or portraying a role that kind of relate to your past, and you just adding that on.
You could probably get lost in that.
Yeah, that shit could be crazy. You see that a lot, even with actors that we know, but we don't know their life story, like what's going on behind the scenes. That could be a triggering trauma for anything with sexual molestation or whatever. They doing some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like that could trigger them. They could go into relapse and do some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like
that's a great point. I didn't even think about that.
That's why it's good to they try to, like, all right, to be honest with you, I before I started this upcoming project I'm doing, I did take a break. I decided for myself, just for my own sanity, to take a breather, just to get my shit right for me and my family, whatnot. Because I felt like it was taking a toll on me, as far as just keeping me away from them, and plus, I felt like I was getting a little ahead of myself. Like I started, smell my own shit. Like my nigga, like, anybody can't fuck with me, that type of shit a little bit. But then I had to really humble myself. Discipline myself. So I had decided to take like a little break, because all actuality, it's somebody right behind you that's ready to take your spot, that's ready to, take your position and whatnot. So I really had to humble myself and just really be grateful for the opportunity that's been presented to me and everything, and just, focus on my personal life, my life of my spirituality, my faith, and, just put the acting thing to the side. That's why I really had took a break with that, as far as and another thing about that, the beauty about actors, this whole thing with the strike that's going on.
Right.
I look at it as a gift and a curse for me, because I always said, before I actually started doing the break, I always said that, the whole strike thing, I'm glad it's going on, but at the same time, I want us to get paid. I want them actors, the writers, to get paid. So we're going to miss out on some good shows for the time being. But right now, I feel like this is a good time for actors to really get their shit right mentally. So it's like taking a breather and meditating or whatever. I do that a lot, just to make sure I'm at peace with myself, so I won't go overboard.
That makes sense, bro. It definitely
That
does.
was a lot, man, but
no,
it's deep, bro.
No, it's good. No, that's good. Like I honestly wanted to know. That's why I asked, because I know that acting can come with a lot of pressures. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you up and coming and you don't got the notoriety that you want, or the exposure that you want. Yeah. And especially depending on, like, even how can I say this? How would it feel to you just to, somebody from Charleston to like really have that breakthrough moment for the city? You know what I'm saying? Being that we don't really have that, the Jamie or the Will Smith or the Jonathan Majors to come out of the city. I mean, we've had actors come out of the state, of course, right? But like to be
from here,
actually
from here.
Coming out of Charleston, exactly how would that mean to you?
That would be, bro. That would be wonderful. Like, I always wanted to make my city proud, man. I rep Charleston, but I'm by the way, I'm from Mount Pleasant. But I just rep Charleston as a whole.
Man, that's the same thing, man.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Now I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? But, I be wanting to, I want to make my town proud. But, you're going to have people that's not going to be with that. But you don't focus on that. You just focus on what you could do in order to make your city proud. I want that. Rather than coming from me or anybody else, I ain't no hater. I want people to succeed. I don't even want to get up there by myself. I want a handful of people to make it. You know what I mean? Rather than acting or anything. But if we talking about specifically in acting, yeah, because it's good actors out here. Dope actors are not really getting the recognition they deserve, because Charleston is a growing city as far as with the film production. We got film projects out here, but it's not Atlanta. It's not New Orleans. It's not LA,
New York,
just
Chicago.
Different markets right now.
Yeah, man. But I feel like it's brewing. It's definitely brewing, because we got some shows that are hitting.
Right.
That's being filmed out here. So
That's why I brought up the whole Tubi thing, because like for the most part, like you got people that love Tubi, and then you got people that try to hate on Tubi. But I appreciate the platform because it allows people to, you know, get their shit out and get it off. Like, and for the most part, niggas have emotion off of Tubi. Like,
bro, we shit on Tubi because
I love Tubi, bro. Like niggas be trying to like.
But that's the thing. All right, I'm not gonna say we because we fuck with Tubi. Tubi, they just bring out the light of some of the content that's on Tubi. Dog, Tubi is starting to have original shows on
They
it.
got original
There's
shows.
a show that's
like,
about to come out with Damon Wayans that's coming out. You know what I mean?
You can't get no big. That's a legend.
Yes.
So if he sees something in it, then it's like
an old girl,
you know,
from Raising Canaan. She's like, they got shows coming out
bro,
here,
from
man.
I forgot his name, but the dude who played Biggie, like he's like a staple on Tubi.
Oh yeah, man.
Gravy, the rapper Gravy.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
He's like a staple on there. Like, you know, like I feel like
I know a lot of dudes.
if people see the value in something, it's like, you know, it's jokes don't come with anything, but it's like I just feel like it's something that we should all get behind because like it's not many platforms that give people the opportunities like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know.
Exactly.
I've been fucking with Tubi, like
exactly. That's why I shout out. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to Felicia, man, and
she going crazy.
You know what I mean?
There.
Like rightfully so. Like she been grinding since she was doing the magazine and the award show. I've been work with Felicia, man.
Felicia does Geechee One.
Geechee One Films, man. But I was fucking with her since doing the Geechee One magazines and the Geechee One award shows. She gave me my first shot. She gave me one of my first shots as well too in the filming thing. You know what I mean? And you know, I respect her hustle. Whether you like what she do or not, like I respect what she does, man, because she don't.
And she giving people opportunities, bro. Like she give people opportunity.
From she even got people from outside of the city that's wanting to work with her. You know how many people done hit me up from Chicago, New York, and North Carolina that know that I'm from Charleston and they know that she from Charleston and ask me if I could connect her with her and stuff like that. Man, she on
the right path. Then
she on a grind.
Yeah.
Now, Tubi is a good platform, bro. It's just whatever.
It's just like the thing to say, like you know.
Dog, Tubi got Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I be like, bro, why people be trying to clown these niggas? Can afford a Super Bowl commercial, like
exactly, man. If you don't, man, shout out to Tubi, man. I got a film coming out on Tubi too, goddamn. So, hey, man, I got no problem with Tubi, man.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna check it out, man.
Where, man? I don't even know the question y'all asked me, but shoot, hey, shout out to Tubi.
No, I haven't really seen too many shows on Tubi actually, but I do know that that's like a running joke. You know, because they post certain clips, rather be on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Oh, like look at this shit. I kind of connected to like how, you know, us we used to shit on the BET Awards. That's how I used to look at it. It's like, bro,
like you got quality shows on Tubi, then you got some shit that's like, all right, now come on.
You mentioned BET Awards,
I think it's a platform that you need though.
It's a platform. It's a well needed platform because
it is. Yeah.
I didn't even know Damon Wayans was working on the show for Tubi. That says a lot. Like
their first Tubi original. You know what I mean? Like they climb up them charts with the other.
And you can still watch like a lot of movies still don't be on there. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
We watching Rush Hour on there all the time.
That's what I'm saying. They get the running joke is with the type of content Tubi put out there. Well, Tubi got awesome content. Like it's just I don't want to call it bullshit. I don't want to say that, man, because
I feel like everything got its place on there though. Like,
if you into that type of stuff, that's your thing. People like that type of film,
right?
You know what I mean? You may not like it, but the next man might like it. Or vice versa. Like, you know? So
I think what some people don't understand is like some people just watch shows. It don't even matter. Like
they don't.
Some people will watch anything, man. Like if it's on there, like
all about entertainment.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the Zeus network. Like people watching that type of shit.
I think Zeus is kind of dysfunctional, but I get what you're saying.
But people love that dysfunctional
that shit is crazy. Like I ain't seen. They got like 8 of the same show, like 8 of the Bad Girls Club, Bad Boy. Like it's like 8 different ones on at the time. Like,
hey,
I don't even know how they keeping up with that shit. But
I ain't no hater, man. If it sells, hey, by all means, get your money.
Do what you know what I mean?
Could you ever see yourself doing reality TV?
No. I tried long and hard, bro. I tried to think. I'm like, man, can I do Love and Hip Hop? I think the only show I could probably do is like one of those competitive shows, like
Real World Challenge
like,
or something.
Or Survivor type stuff, like that type of stuff, man.
I remember all that be on Fear Factor when I was younger.
Oh yeah, like
that's going on.
But then I was like, you know what? I don't know if I could do Fear Factor, man. They having folks eating goddamn bugs, fucking cow dick, man. I'm not doing that. That shit crazy. I'm good, dog. I'm good on that, homie. I'll watch it. I watch you eat that shit, but I'm good over here, homie. But like those type of shows, them competitiveness type of shows, man, I'm all for that, man. But that drama, man, because that's just not me in my personal life. So, and we all know that shit stage. You all know acting, man. But hey, shout out to them, man. It's all love.
So have your kids seen any of your films, or you had to be like, all right, you can't see this because this might be rated R.
Not everything, like but I did have the opportunity. Like I said last week, I had the opportunity to take my kids to go watch my first film I produced and starred in, which was called Maybe Daddy, because it was it's just about fatherhood, about a guy who discovered that he's a father of a 5-year-old or whatnot. But he doesn't know how to interact with the kid, be in that kid's life, because he didn't have a father growing up. So has the assistance help from 2 experienced fathers, myself and my other actor, Eric Galloway. And we just pretty much trying to push him into being that kid's life and giving him the life that he didn't have. You know, rather you had your father or not, that child doesn't deserve the bullshit that you went through. He deserved more. It always go back to, you have some fathers that want their children to be just like them, but you have some fathers that want their child to be better than them. So you want your child to be in your life and push them to be better than you. So that's really what the story's about. It's a good message, and we showed it, and it's like close to Father's Day. You know what I mean? So it was awesome. And I have 2 boys, so seeing their father on that TV, man. I mean, on that screen, bro. It was awesome. It was.
That's what's up. Has it is it out yet? Does it have a release date?
Not out yet.
Okay.
Well, shout out to my director, Sean Morgan, man. He's been in the game. We're trying to push it out to like film festivals. It's a short film, so we pushing out to like short film festivals or whatnot. But we want to get out there soon, man, because
yeah, I'm definitely be on the lookout for that, man.
Yeah, man.
You can just shoot me it. I'll turn it on.
Yeah, man. It was because it all started with an idea. I was just at a park with my kids watching them play on the playground. The idea just sparked up, and I reached out to a good friend of mine from Charlotte. She helped write out. I told her what I would like, what the stories would be about, and she written the script and everything, and we just went full throttle after that, man, and just we made some magic in one day. And it's good to have a good community also, man, good film community, because it was a non-paying job, and people who's behind the scenes, they liked the vision, they trusted my vision, and they all helped out, pitched in free of charge, and it was just a fun day. It was another day in the park for us, man.
That's what's up, man. That's a blessing. That was gonna be my next question. What type of mode or mental state helps you get into your creative bag, whether it be for producing a film or embodying a character?
For me, man, just being around good company, man, just give you a sense of sanity, man. Just being a good place. If you're not in that good place in anything, rather you about to play the game or basketball, football, whatever, if you're not in that right headspace, man, you're not gonna give them your all. And for me, as far as like writing and just producing or even character portraying in a film, if you're not in that right mind, that right state of mind, man, you're not gonna be focused. You're gonna be off your game and shit, and you're gonna be damn not giving it your all. It's gonna seem fake, unreal, and you're gonna have a lot. Show. Yeah, it's gonna show, and it's gonna make a lot of people unhappy, especially your coworkers, because as far as like your castmate or your role player, like we feed off each other. It's a tennis game. So if you hit me the ball, and I'm not hitting it towards you, hitting it back to you, he's gonna throw that next person off. So y'all gotta be one accord on that shit. You know what I mean? So for me, I have to be in the right good space. I have to be around people who loves me, who I know really loves me. That I could get feed off. Rather is what type of role, a happy role or a dark role. You still gonna have to be around somebody or something that you really truly love.
What do you think for you is the hardest type of role to embody? You gotta really like be like, damn, like I really gotta set some time. I can't have no distractions. I gotta really zero in on this type of role.
Bro, it's a one film I've done, and I can't really say I'm not gonna shit on the movie, but it was one movie I shot in Charlotte a few years ago, and my character was a reformed child molester or whatnot, but his urge wasn't completely away, and I had a real hard time with that shit, man, honestly. But I wanted to do that role because it was a challenge for me, and I like a challenge. I'll accept a challenge. So I did my research on it, but then while in tune, like far as like actually in production, I started really getting bothered by it because some of the things the character was saying was like dark. It's like, in your mind, you will never see like a fucking child. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got kids. I got babies. You know what I mean? I got 4 kids, 3 boys and a daughter. And it was like, you think about people who really do that type of shit. What are they thinking? Like, what got them to that point? And
It's hard to try to get to that.
I had to really deal in that shit. I had to really like dive in that shit.
That gotta be hard. I think that speaks more to the talent of the actor, because I mean, throughout history, we had those type of characters. Well, somewhere in that realm of messing with kids or rapists or anything like that. And I know that gotta be hard for a human with a good heart to embody that type of role. But unfortunately, like those are the type of. I mean, when we look at movies, man, movies are always kind of like they paint reality. Right. Some reality is dark. Right. You see what I'm saying? And again, I think it speaks more to the talent of the actor. And I'm not against the ones who be like, what, that's just too much for me. But like you said, it was a challenge for you.
Yeah, and it was like it was. And again, the scariest part, like you cannot judge that character. Rather, you do not believe in that person's actions or not. You cannot judge that person. You know what I mean? That just scared my lady, man. Like I was trying like to try, I wouldn't have tried. I don't try to bring my work to my house. You know what I mean? But I had to do my research in order to make sure I enter the mind of a person like that. And my lady didn't want to be involved with me and stuff like that. Also, it took a toll in my household for a little bit, And the most part, I just didn't like how the production went, man. But shout out to the people for that, man, for giving me the opportunity. But it was that role right there for the time being. That role right there was kind of hard for me to get off.
Got you. Yeah, I know that had just you explaining it. I know that had to been very, very, very difficult, man. Yeah, man. It was just and then you look at other actors we seen, and you wonder what the hell what did they go through? They make it look easy or something like that. You see what I'm saying?
Man, like we seen movies of guys like what Ike Turner and What Love Got to Do with, like how did they get in that mind?
Lawrence Fishburne,
yeah. But his story was kind of similar to that shit. So
Yeah, he come from a dark place too.
Yeah,
you right.
He said it himself that his first wife, that he was abusive to her. So the fact you had to dwell back to that to get, what I mean? Like who wants to go back to that, especially if you're trying to reform and trying to change, and then you pick that role when you got to go back to your past.
It's crazy because he's 10 out of 10 on that movie.
Like
him and Angela 10 out of 10 in both roles. Yeah,
you know what I mean? He perfected that.
Yeah, he killed it.
So it's like,
and that's what I'm saying. Like when we talk about movies, that's one of the ones you can use an example. Like it got some dark moments in that movie, but you're painting a reality of something that really went on, and you got, like you said, you can't judge the character.
Can't judge it.
If you're not comfortable doing it, don't do it. So Lawrence Fishburne easily could have been like, you know what, I'm not comfortable with it. I'm a kind of like, nah, you got to go at it full fledged. You can't have no short steps, and then I guess you kind of either deal with it before or after. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, but.
And it could be a struggle too, especially if you got an agent. Your agent going to try to push you to do that role. Like, I've turned down a good bit of roles just because I knew for sure I wasn't going to give it the authentic feel of it. But your agent, their job is to.
I mean, yeah, they doing their job too.
Yeah,
so,
because if you get booked that role, that means they get paid.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't knock them for that. But it's like, I know I got to be real with myself. You know what I mean? If I know I can't do it, man, like, I just, whatever's meant for you is going to be for you, man. So if you know you're not going to give us the realness, your all, you know, your agent going to be upset with you. But, I mean, it's going to be more roles to come, man. So I just know some things I'm like, you know what, I don't feel comfortable doing this shit. Nah, maybe later, but right now how I feel, what I believe, and how I move around my life, then I look at it like this, man. You leaving a legacy. So when I'm gone, my kids gonna still have the product. My kids, my grandkids, nieces, nephews, they're gonna have my work out there and displayed or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, internet is forever.
We
in that time now.
Like,
yeah, we're in that
like,
time now.
We
Yeah,
talking about that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's like, who are you really doing this for? You know what I mean? If you got kids, or even if it's not even your kids, loved ones or whatever, when you gone, they got things to remember you by. I don't want my babies to remember me doing certain things. You know what I mean? And the things I do that they may not like.
You want to keep. It's all about a balance. I would assume.
Yeah.
That what you're getting to.
Because they know it's art. I make sure I let my kids know this is art. This is fantasy. It's not real. Daddy's not really like that. But Daddy has to put on this because I have to make the story authentic. But it's not really my life. Mm-hmm. Y'all know me. But that y'all don't know. Y'all know that's not really the me. Mm-hmm. It's a job.
Yeah.
It's a job. We contractors, pretty much. You know what I mean? So.
I feel you because I see some actors, man, they get into a certain role and then it's like, God damn, boy, he killed that shit. Like
what?
The actor from you ever seen The Boys on Prime?
Hell, man, come on,
dog.
What?
The actor who played Homelander. That
God.
motherfucker is a great actor, bro.
God.
I don't know his name, but shout out to dog. Like
golly,
the different moments that Homelander has in that show.
Yeah,
it's like damn for an actor to just and he make it look so authentic, bro. It's so he be killing that role. Like the one scene where he was talking to himself in the mirror.
What?
I was like, bro, like that was an amazing fucking scene, bro. Amazing.
Hell
I'm like, dog, but like you said, what you know. I don't know how old he is. He looked like he's up in age, but that looked like somebody who's perfected, you know, getting into a certain mode and, you know, embodying certain shit. Because Homelander got some scenes. He got some scenes.
He got some of the most notable scenes.
Hell yeah.
And some of them shit, people might be like, damn, like, bro, how the fuck he get into that moment? But it's like, you gotta, like you said, like, you know, it's art. You gotta make it authentic. Yeah.
You gotta prep yourself, man. That's why I be telling these actors, man, even if you're not getting roles, you're not getting auditions or whatever, still stay in class, getting yourself in the class, whether it's online or in-person class or acting coach. You are still considered an actor, long as you sharpening your tool, man. It's the best way. I'm taking acting classes, bro. Like if I'm not working, I'm still in somebody's acting class, bro.
You still feel like when you get that breakthrough moment, notoriety wise, you still be in classes?
Hell yeah, bro. The actors who's established, the Denzel Washington's, them dudes are taking classes, bro. Whether you believe it or not, them dudes, them well established actors are still taking classes.
Like Denzel, Jamie, Will,
man,
all
yeah,
of them.
man.
Jonathan.
Like
still got to stay in the gym.
You still got it. Exactly. I like that. You still got to stay in that gym. You still got to work that muscle, bro. Pause. You still got to do that shit, man. Because that's the only way. Man, y'all better get me started. You got to sharpen that tool, bro. You got to sharpen that tool, man. And it's like you slacking, like you hit, like how them dudes, the basketball players, they always hitting the gym. It's the same exact thing. You got to. If you don't do that, that means you gonna give it off to the next person, because there's somebody behind you again that's way more hungrier than you. So you gotta. You pretty much you're still competing, you know. So rather you get in a role or not, man, still keep your ass in the acting class,
keep the
man.
hunger.
Read too. That's another thing. Read. All kind of books, man, because it's all about elevating your life, man. So you know, like read stuff that you don't normally read. Read stuff that you're not related to. That you're not related to. Like we also read, like for me, for instance, like before I was really heavy in doing like reading books. I read like shit like comic books or whatever. But I had to start reading books that I know that I was not in my life, like Judy Blume books, like, you know, the type of books like that. But you still expanding your mind, man, your horizon, and just because when you're acting, you're going to audition for roles that you may not know, that you don't know shit about that person lifestyle or whatever. So you reading and getting in tune in different type of environments will help you, benefit you as far as like in different roles.
That's what's up, man. I definitely feel that. Especially when you bringing up the reading thing is also, I didn't even think that, but that is an important factor for an actor, because reading scripts, you never know verbiage. Yeah. Verbiage changes all the time. Yeah.
Learn how to break down that roles. Learn how to break down them scripts, those pages, man. You can't just read it. You got to feel them shits. You got to really feel the every word that person says. And some of them writers, see, a lot of actors go improv a lot. Them writers, man, they getting paid for each and every last word you say. So you skip a word or don't say that word correctly, them writers get upset about that shit because they work their ass off.
That's their art.
Down. That's their art. You know, some don't mind. Some don't mind when you know, improvise some things and say things differently, but as long as it's providing the lines of what the conversation is going. But some actors do, like Marvel. They don't play. Each and every last word they say on that and on them movies are exact. They don't play. Them niggas, because they getting paid for that shit, and they really work hard for their fucking money. You know, I mean, work hard.
Writing the script is not easy.
Yeah. Hence what's going on with this writer strike right now, man. Because them folks is not getting paid the way they deserve to be paid. You know, I don't know the in depth of it, but the streaming service is just the same thing with music wise. But
how long you think that this might last this time? Because wasn't the last one kind of long?
The last one, was pretty long. For what I'm hearing, man, it's gonna be a minute, bro.
I've been hearing they've been trying to implement like AI technology into like
that's the thing,
script
man.
writing, and they trying to like basically. I think that's what this one is about. Like they trying to the implementation of AI into like script writing and how that could possibly force a lot of writers out of the rooms and stuff like that. So that's what this really about.
We living in some scary times when it comes to that, bro. Like that AI shit. I'm kind of on the fence with that shit. It's kind of hard for me to really, really grasp the concept like AI could actually write a whole season, because it's not gonna give life to that.
That's what I'm saying.
Man.
They can, but is it gonna be some soul on there? Like
that's what I'm saying. There's no soul. Like even with the music, like it's just not.
It's gonna be some cookie cutter shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm still researching that shit, man, because I don't know how that's gonna play out, man. But I've heard that's the reason why this happened. That AI is either gonna fuck some shit up or it's gonna really help some shit. But I don't know. I don't know about that, man.
I feel like it could be a place for it. I just don't feel it should be like the primary option. Like AI can have its place as far as like proofreading and shit like that. I don't think it should like actually replace writers.
Right.
Because like I said, bro, that human element, like that
matters.
That soulful element, it matters a lot. You can tell in the writing.
Yeah, I would like to see it. I would like to see it happen though, just so we can see how it's gonna go.
I mean, I think you can have a place, like Mo said, it's a place for it. You can basically like tennis, play off each other, take some things from this, and then AI take some things to that. But I don't think it should be the marquee standpoint, because the soul element matters.
Exactly.
The soul element definitely matters. AI can't write out a certain moment that a writer can relate to write their script. Like a writer even probably has to go back to a time where, oh shit, like I remember when this happened when I was 9, 10 years old, or when I was 25, or when I was 30. Okay, I can implement this in my script. But AI can't do that.
Can't do that.
They don't have moments they can go back to.
That's why I'm very interested in what we're going to see, from this, man. Because, I mean, if this is true, if this is going to happen, I mean, those guys, those higher ups, they're going to make it happen. We're just going to have to see how far it's going to go. I honestly, I feel sorry because I take myself as a writer as well, and I don't want my work to be taken away from me from a goddamn computer, you know. So imagine those guys who've been in there for years, those been in the writing rooms for years, getting their job taken from them for a fucking computer, man. So we'll see how this.
What do you enjoy more, acting or writing?
I'm really just starting now with the writing. So right now I'm saying acting because I've just been in it so much longer than the writing. But I've always had stories. I got so many stuff in my rough drafts right now, man. It's just not complete. But I like storytelling, man. I just love writing and getting stories that I want to be put out there.
Right.
So it's in a nutshell, I think it's 50-50 with me. It's a balance. I love both hand in hand because now that we've seen a lot of black content, a lot of black creators creating this stuff, man, it's like that gives me hope and faith that, you know, I could do this shit too. Because I know they all started like how I did. They just got to that point they'd be able to have their work displayed out into the big platforms. Mm-hmm. So
it's definitely possible, bro. Like you said, you just gotta keep at it, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like the platforms is there.
Definitely.
Know? Once we get in front of the right eyes, like it's gonna be undeniable at one point.
Yeah, and if it's not there, folk are creating their own platforms now, man. Like YouTube, everything. Like I look at Issa Rae, like this chick.
She started off on YouTube.
This chick started off the YouTube, bro.
She was making like little mini series on there.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like seeing her come up to goddamn HBO and now her stardom.
She's producing shit now.
You see what I'm saying? It's like you got no choice but to take your hat off to that, man.
Yeah, that's like when we was talking about before the show, and we was talking about just the consistency aspect, and I was telling you about not, switching up our format. I was never gonna be the one. Of course, you have your moments. It's like, well, damn, like what can I do more to get more eyes? And it's like, it's not even what you can do more. It's all about just remaining consistent, and more people are coming along. And like I told you, like recently, I've seen that. So I've been like, okay, now I know our shit works. That format works, and everybody has their own other methods of shit working. That don't mean we got to do that, and that don't mean they got to do what we do. Everybody has their own way of getting to a certain plateau, whatever their plateau is.
Exactly.
And it's just about remaining consistent, like you said with Issa Rae. Issa Rae didn't look like she changed up her shit. Like what we saw, we saw it on a higher level, but we seen some of them elements of Insecure on YouTube. You get what I'm saying? We saw that, and she just remained consistent with her format.
The shit when she always was speaking in the mirror, like that's what she been doing on YouTube.
Yeah. So the Awkward Black Girl series, like that's what she been doing.
That's basically like a Insecure is basically like a spinoff of Awkward Black Girl. Like if we really been tapped in with her, it's kind of like a continuation.
I know it sound cliche, but man, like just even with us and what we got going on, and they'll say, man, the cliche thing is you just keep working and it'll work out, and no, but that's real shit.
Real shit.
Like
man.
You don't have to compromise yourself or be gimmicky with this shit or basically play around with your craft in order to get to a certain level. Like nah, like if you authentic, the authentic shit will eventually shine one day, and you never know when that day will be. But as long as you continue to work, because it always goes back to the foundation. The foundation is the love.
Exactly.
And if you love what you do, it won't matter because you're gonna keep doing it regardless. Like you say, you've been doing it professionally since 2013, dog. A lot of actors would have tapped out by now, but here you are, you're still going.
Some have, and don't get me wrong, like it been some time I've been wanting to tap out too. Don't get me wrong, like it's been some days I'm like, man, this shit, what the fuck? But it's like at the end of the day, I always go back to what you doing this for? Like, are you? I don't give a fuck about the popularity. I just doing something that I love to do. I can't really see myself doing anything else. Like I had a whole 2-3 month just stopping to thinking, what could I do besides this? And it always goes back to acting or anything that has to do with filming. You know what I mean? So
I definitely can relate because I had those same moments, and I think more so for me, like just in a connection with you, we all had those moments with our thing, whatever that thing may be, and I think more so for me was a little bit after 2021, going into 2022. I think off the heels of the pandemic, I think after me and Mo came out of the pandemic, kind of like pretty much unscathed with the pod, still putting out weekly. It was like, okay, bro, I was put on the earth to do this shit,
bro.
And I think I seen it early on in my life, probably around 6-7 years old. When I was doing other things, I'll always be, talking about sports, talking about music, talking about this player stat, this player this. And if I was getting in trouble in school, it was getting in trouble for always talking about things that had nothing to do with the subject. You get what I'm saying? And I've always, and recently I just had a conversation with my mom because she was watching, technically my first one-on-one interview was the ones that I did in, for Boutique Fashion Week for my boy Frank. And the first thing she told me was, she's like, you're such a conversationalist. Like, you really know how to hold conversations, be engaged. And I always think about those moments where if we was, having a debate or talking about something in school, that was my mode. Like I was, I didn't have to really work at it. It just came at me naturally. So then as you get older and you start getting more into, and like you said, I can't see myself doing that.
You know what I'm saying, man.
Even when you have the job that you're doing to provide and put clothes on your back, and I can move up and do other things in that arena, but it's like, I see myself doing this. This is what I was put here for, basically.
Your everyday job, your 9 to 5, I always look at that as my side job. Your main job, my main job is my acting thing. When I go to places and they ask me what's my line of work, I say I'm an actor. I recently went to my kid's school for career day.
You didn't even bring up the 9 to 5.
The fuck is that?
Yeah.
I'm an actor.
I respect that.
I'm
I respect
an
that, yeah.
I'm an actor, and them kids love that shit. You know what I mean? That brought my son joy that they going up to my son asking, "Oh, your father's an actor," such like that. Like, I just look at our everyday life job as the stepping stone into what we really trying
keep
to
you
do.
Afloat.
Yes,
because you got to eat out here. You got to
you got to do what you got to do.
That's what a lot of the a lot of the like life coaches, they say shit like that anyways. Like, your 9 to 5 is really your side job. That's supposed to leapfrog you into what you really want to do anyway. So
Exactly, man. And just to you guys, man, like, y'all been in the game for a minute, man, and I just respect y'all boys' grind. Like, I honestly look at you two guys as a real establishment podcast. Like, and I'm not even like, deriding y'all because I'm here. It's just that I really am a fan. I admire what y'all guys do.
You definitely have
know
been one of the first time listeners.
Y'all boys, you know what I mean? I always been saying, like, y'all got to get me on there. I just want to, you Drew and all of you guys, man. I just respect the hell y'all guys got going on, man. Always been a fan, always been a supporter now, and that definitely gonna change. So, I salute you guys for that, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah, and it's just like I said, man. Real recognize real, and that's what I say. Like, as long as I knew you, I'd never seen you just completely tap out on acting, and that's one thing I can say that. Okay, I know this guy really loves what he's doing, and he's not taking no for an answer. You know what I'm saying? And you can't. When you love what you love, you're just gonna keep on working at it, keep on doing it. And like you said, when you shot me the short film a couple months back, and I watched it, I'm like, man, this dude here is just. You could tell it's no bullshitting with it. Like when you get into your mode, you really get into your mode, and you embody that shit, and you do it 100%. And like you said, stay sharpening your tools, man.
Got to, man. Because if you think about it, again, I always go back to, okay, if this don't work out, what else could I do? And I always think that's what that really drives me, because when I start feeling discouraged, whatever.
Basically, your plan B is for plan A to work.
My nigga. Yes, like dead ass. And I always go back like, what the fuck could I do? And nothing never comes up. So it's like, dog, there's a reason for me to keep on doing this shit for this long. You know what I mean?
Why stop? That'd be my thing. I'm doing it for this long now.
Why stop now, man? So it's like, it's gonna be. You're gonna go through the fire. You know what I mean? But that's what this life's all about. It's all about are you strong enough to go through that shit?
How you react?
Yeah, you gonna be bruised, but you're not broken. You know what I mean? So I just say just still continue to be consistent with it. It's going to pan. It's going to benefit you in the long run, man. Something is going to come from this.
I mean, yeah, I even look at Amari Hardwick, like when they show old still shots of him in certain things. I didn't even know that was him when he was in the Floetry video. When he was in he had a little shot where he was in a LL Cool J and Carlton show. What's the name of that show?
In the House.
In the House when he was in the
See,
background.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so
sometimes
like,
you got to start off like that, man.
Yeah.
I've done background work too. You got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
People be shitting on background work, but bruh, shit.
it's
I
getting
just
you
saw,
in the door. It's getting your foot in the door.
Remember,
Yeah.
but before she had the show with Cedric the Entertainer that's doing her thing right now, Tashina Arnold, who played Pam, like she used to be in those the Jay-Z Wentworth commercials.
See,
Like people forget
I
about
didn't
that.
know
She was
that.
in
I did not know that joint.
Jay-Z Wentworth.
Yeah.
Like she was in them shits.
See,
Like,
that's crazy, bro.
but we know her as Pam, but you wouldn't expect her to be in a lawyer like cash consolidation commercial, but still got to keep working. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Deak.
What's that?
With that being said, wasn't you in like a Chemonoxapillo commercial or
Why you
something?
gotta bring up those shit?
You for the key,
Damn, so was.
That's fire though.
Hey,
That's
like,
fire,
are you
though.
bullshitting though, boy? Hey,
I do remember you being in that shit. Yeah.
Hey,
I gotta see
God damn,
I
dog.
feel like I seen all the key.
Man, listen, that was when I first jumped off the porch, man. Akeem had
that's what's
faith
up,
in
though,
you.
man. That's what's
Akeem
up.
had faith in your boy, man. But you know, that was my first time being on TV.
Yeah,
You know what I
That's
mean?
what's up. No, ain't nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, I ain't
bro.
ashamed of it.
He can't. That shit been running for years.
I don't think
I do remember that now.
Nah,
Drew.
that's
You
it.
just turned a light bulb on with that.
I had
I
on,
seen it and be like, damn.
I had on that bright yellow ass shirt too. They was like, "Yeah, put this on." I'm like, my nigga, look like a lemon in that.
Yeah, I gotta
motherfucker.
find that. Dog. I gotta
So
find that.
let me ask you. So from that time, because that's kind of around the time I got introduced to you. So from that time to 2023 present day, what's your biggest takeaways of continuing to bet on yourself essentially?
Takeaway wise, man, I had to really grow, bro. I really had to. I didn't really know myself. You know what I mean? I felt like I was just trying to jump in different crews, man, just trying to fit in. When really, I didn't really have to do that. I could have had people adapt to me and everything, man. And it's not even no slight to nobody. Like people who I mixed up with, you know what I mean? Like I still fuck with to this day. Like even with the do work, I fuck with y'all like family wise to this day. But I was still during that time, I was still trying to find myself and how could I be a key player? How could I establish my position, man, and see how I could have benefit or whatnot, man. And I just didn't know. So I really had to really stop and really work on myself and whatnot. And that's what I've been doing. And I really had kind of fall back on some things what we was doing because I wanted to work on my craft more so I could be able to help others well, other than having people help me or whatnot. If that's to answer your question or whatnot. You know what I mean?
That answers it. Also, your brother, he's into acting, correct? Or
Oh, my brother, Dev. No, he has his
I know he
Yes.
just did a gala.
the Gullah Gala, man. He just this is his second year here doing it, man. As far as the fashion, the music,
Okay.
everything, man, it was a success, man. And, I'm proud of him, man, because he's always been into the fashion thing, and that was his lane. You know what I mean? Like he tried to do the acting thing on one project, but he ain't. That ain't him. You know.
Did your pops throw him in that too? Like he threw you into the acting
But
because of the
see-
sports thing?
But see, he all right. I put it this way, right? We was living in Germany,
Right.
I was the firstborn, so my parents had really coddled me. They was kind of nervous and get me out there like that. After my siblings was born, we was already in the States, so living in the South, what else we could do? Play sports,
Yeah.
or do other shit out in the field or whatever. You know what I mean? My brothers, they was good in the sports. That was their niche and thing. I already had established in my heart that acting was my shit. Like, I mean, I'll hoop or whatever, in my pastime or whatever. But as far as like being serious with it, that was their thing and everything.
Nah, for
and as
real.
far as with him was, he was just always into the fashion thing because our mother was heavy. She would design our clothes and shit like that. So
That's
he
dope.
got that bug from him or whatever. And from her. So, and that's why he was heavy with that shit. So, and he decided to do a Gullah Gala, and he did that shit. I'm proud of him, man.
Yeah. I mean,
They
from
had a
what
good
I've seen,
turnout from what I was seeing, my bad.
it was
Yeah,
good.
man.
It looked like a good time. It looked like the pieces that were presented was really dope. But also, having runway models and being able to put on a performance, essentially. You know what I mean? It looked like he knocked that out of the park.
It's only getting bigger and better, man. You know what I mean? And I salute to him because
big up.
I never doubted him, right? But I never seen him getting to that level where he is right now.
Yeah.
Because he was always the little quiet guy that always had that basketball in his hand.
Okay.
So, I'm thinking this guy is going to the league, like AI posters all over. You know what I mean? Never I wouldn't imagine him getting into the fashion and shit.
Yeah.
But, he's doing it, man, and next year is going to be bigger and better. He planned for that one. He being consistent with it. All about being consistent. All about consistency,
Oh, for
man.
sure.
You know what I mean? So I'm proud of him.
Yeah, man. Big up your brother, man. I don't know him personally. I only see him, through passing or whatnot. But to see that because I work right along with Boutique Fashion Week, and so Fashion Week is the stuff that I'm getting myself into also. And to see that here in home base in Charleston, South Carolina, that's beautiful to see, and especially to tie the Gullah Geechee culture to that. You know what I mean, and to fashion. So that's beautiful. Big up to your brother, man. Big up to you, man. Continue to do what y'all doing, man.
Appreciate you. For real.
Yeah, man. Who would you say is 3 people that you want to make the proudest?
3 people, man. First, my children, man. That I'm all they got. You know what I mean? Their mother's there, but like far as that man figure, I'm him. They're gonna grow up in this world, and they're gonna either do what I do or do something that they love to do, but they see that their father doing what he loves to do. So that's one. And my parents, because they pushed me, man. They was consistent with me. They didn't want me to follow the leader. You know what I mean? Again, hence why my pops didn't care about me doing sports. He seen me interested in the arts. So he pushed me into doing that. My mother pushed me into doing that, and my grandmother, man, she that was my backbone too. You know what I mean? She, both my grandmas, one of them is no longer here with us, but they was really heavy with that shit. They knew I was, I guess you could say, different because all the other kids was outside. I was still on the porch. You know what I mean? I would dibble dabble whatever, but they knew that I wanted to be something in the entertainment business. Like I'm doing a lot of impersonations, impersonating characters, cartoon characters, people on TV. Like my granny, God rest her soul, like she got me heavy into like wanting to act. Like we sit down watch I Love Lucy's, the Mama's Family, them type of shows, the Addie Griffin shows,
TV
like,
Land.
you know what I mean? Like that shit, you know
All
what I
the
mean?
TV Land.
Golden Girls, you know what I mean?
I had an aunt. I used to watch all those shows.
Family
with,
Matters,
so
like
I
everybody
definitely-
had that grandmother had us watching them type of stuff.
Facts.
The Price is Right, goddamn soap operas and
all
everything,
the soap operas,
man.
all of the
Yeah.
midday,
You know what I mean?
midday shows,
Mafia,
all of that shit, bro.
TGIF, all
And
that
it's not
shit.
even just that. Like even with television, like let's look at my family members or my close friends. I would impersonate them. You know what I mean? Like I I was inspired by how the way they live and make things comical out of things. So it's like those people there, man. And it really threw up a fourth one too, man. My lady, man, she really helped me out a lot too. And to be honest with you, like in recent years, if it wasn't really for her, dog, not to really get too in depth, man, but I don't know if I would probably be doing what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? Because I just had a lot of shit going on, just on some personal level type shit, man. So just getting myself right, man. And she stuck by me, dog. Like she could have been kicked me to the curve, bro. But she right there. But mostly, predominantly, I can't really say 3 things. Just my family, my brothers or whatever, man. So.
That's just something I always want to ask somebody because I know, you know, you have a love for it, but there also comes with a certain, you know, the people around you that you want to be like, damn, like I want to make sure, you know, I make them proud. You see what I'm saying?
Of course,
and,
yeah, man.
You know,
yeah.
Not also do they see that I love what I'm doing, but I'm also doing with a sense of pride. You see what I'm saying? I'm not cheating it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not cheating it. Are there any stereotypes that you may be worried about as you continue to grow and you get more notoriety, becoming an actor? We all know, we've heard it. We heard the stories of, you know, the acting world or just being famous in general. Is there anything you kind of like, not too much focus on, but you might think of like, damn, like, you know, something that you might even be scared of?
Man, Mike, I'm being honest with y'all. I don't really too much care about them type of stuff. I know who I am. I know what type of man, how, you know, the way I walk, the way I talk, the way I move. I know what I stand on as being a man. You know, I don't try to follow that in crowd shit. I'm home. Like I'm not outside. You know what I mean? If I'm outside, it's certain places. You know what I mean? I like to move comfortably, like in a place where I know I'm cool. But that stereotype shit, man, I don't worry about that. If it's me and it seems typical corny whatever to somebody else, like, hey, that's your opinion about me. That's just the way how I am. Like, you know, I just do me pretty much. I'm just comfortable in my own skin. Yeah. I mean,
you know the famous saying, like, more money, more problems. You see what I'm saying? So
I'll never.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll never. What's the word? Compromise. I guess that's the word. My integrity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm raising boys as well, bro. I don't want my boys to fall into that shit. So why would I lead by example by doing something that I know I would not do in my everyday life?
For sure.
You know what I mean? I'm past that shit. I was as a young man thinking that shit. I'm like thinking this the cool thing to do. But man, shit.
You get older, you get more wisdom.
You get older, you get more wisdom, man, and you just want a better life for yourself and for your family. Like,
and the quality of life, yeah.
Exactly.
And mixed with, you know, gaining more, you know, money and notoriety and stuff like that. Yeah. I asked that because, you know, I feel like it was a kind of like a perfect segue to this next topic because, you know, Cardi B just recently mentioned how having everything now is kind of boring to her. Like she kind of misses her old life. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So
she felt she was happier back
then.
then.
And we all seen kind of from outside looking in, but we kind of like grew up with Cardi in a sense. Like we seen Cardi on Love and Hip Hop, like we was talking about earlier. You know, she had a name before she became the music star, and now she's a music star, kind of like a business mogul. You see what I'm saying? And when she said that, it kind of like sparked a conversation amongst people, and I just wanted to know like how y'all felt about like, you know, her saying like she kind of missed her, or like having everything be born. You know what's so funny is because I see an example on Twitter actually that I thought it was kind of perfect, and somebody was like, he used Grand Theft Auto. He's like, man, when you get everything in Grand Theft Auto and you know, unlock everything and you get everything, that shit do kind of become boring. And I think I wasn't a big Grand Theft Auto person, but it could be with any game. Like, you know, I get the code for something or I finally get to the end of something. It's like, yeah, that shit do kind of get like, you know, it do kind of get boring in a sense. So I kind of like that example because I can relate to that example. So when I think about Cardi and her saying, I was like, man, I hear entertainers and actors and athletes say it all the time. So it feel like that's a real thing. It's not something they just say, but it's kind of like, damn, like when I would assume, especially if I don't know what her wants was prior to getting the money, but who's to say like you get the 6 things that you always want and it's like, okay, I got it now. And it's like, that's why you got to really get in tune with yourself and, you know, what is it that you really hold high value?
Mostly, I would say my integrity, man. Like, and it's a hard thing, right? Because we want people to see our art, right? And potentially our art could grow into something financially, you know, the higher our success is. And it comes with things you may have to sacrifice. Pretty much in the sense of your freedom. You're now like a prisoner. At the same time. You can't go to the blocks that you used to.
No more life, no more.
No,
like,
you can't. No more, even the people you surround yourself with. Some people are in there for good intentions. Some people are out there for that money or whatever. They gonna try to do everything too. We seen it all the time. You know what I mean? And it's hard, bro. But it's like
You ever worry about probably missing some moments from your kids, or that's something you feel like you won't sacrifice, no matter how famous you get?
Man, I think any actor who don't want to miss out on, on their child's, on what their child's doing, but, you got a job that you got to do, and sometimes, some days, there's days that you're gonna have to miss the opportunity, but you still should at least let your child know that, you still love them, and what you want, you're going to try to make it work for them. If not, that's a complicated one too, bro. I think about that all the time. Like my youngest son, he's into the culinary arts. He wants to be a chef. And my oldest, he want to play football. You know what I mean? And I think about if my success rise, am I going to be there to watch my son's games? Am I going to be there to watch my son, chef something up or whatever at one of those 5-star restaurants or whatever?
I think that's where the extra element of work come from, because you got to make sure you. Cause I'm a Libra. I'm big on like balancing stuff out. I think that come with like making sure that you fit that stuff in there to balance it out.
Yeah,
I think that's how I look at it. So.
Oh yeah, what you want, man? You gonna make it work? You know what I mean? Or at least try. Let them know that you are trying to. You know what I mean? But
that's how I look at it. Like your kids know if you're trying. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like they're not gonna hold too much against you. Yeah, they might want you at every event, but humanly possible, that's just not possible. Especially if you have a certain lifestyle that's how you provide for them. So it's like they see and they appreciate it.
I tell my kids every day I love them and I'm proud of them, what they're doing, and let them know, Daddy's not gonna be there every day to witness y'all greatness, but y'all know I'm there in spirit. Like I'm there supporting you regardless, whether I'm there or not. And they understand that. I start them off young just to let them know that And I feel that especially my oldest, I feel he's understanding that. He's 13 and he's understanding that that Daddy's living his dream in order to better for us, and I want him to do the same thing for him when he get older and get his own children. Him being that professional athlete, he's not gonna be there to see his kids all the time or whatever. So
basically, it just comes with it, yeah.
It comes with it, man. It's just sad, man. But
like when I heard her say, I was like, damn, like she really. The first thing I thought about was her, like, you just miss them being back on the block or just chilling. You see what I'm saying? Having the moments where you could just step outside and not have to worry about cameras following you.
Because that's where she came from.
Yeah, that's where she came from. Yeah.
None of us was born with with money like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Like, none of us came into a position where we had this ample amount of time to to pour into everybody else. So that we gotta do what we can to establish ourselves in order to get to that point. But it's a lot that come with that. So
right,
But I feel like your kids. If you got a relationship with your kids, where they, like you say, you tell your kids you love them every day. I tell my daughter I love her every day. So it's like she know like what I do. Like I do it for her. So it's like they know what's going on.
Yeah, you instill that shit early in them. You know what I mean? So when that time comes, because most likely it's going to come.
Yeah.
So they already be prepared that, okay, I know my daddy loves me even though he's not there.
And it's like, for the most part, they gonna be with you. Like,
that's another thing too. Yep. So, it's part of that job that you ask to sign up for. You sign up for this. And I hate saying that too, because it doesn't have to be that way. But
there comes some sacrifices you may have to make.
It's gonna come from sacrifices. Yeah,
definitely, for sure. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
You say your son, your oldest son, played football.
Yeah, man. Well, he's just starting to play football, man. He's been active in sports, but as far as like soccer and basketball. But right now, man, it's like he's football is his obsession, man. Like he's going head first and doing this shit.
That's what's up.
I support him that, even though we all know about how the consequences with football, with the medical injury,
concussions and stuff like that. How you feel about that?
Man, because I have a son that wants to play that. Even I have a nephew that wants to play football, so I'm kind of cautious with it. But at the same time, I don't want to I'm not trying to, stop what their dreams are. If that's what they really want to do, I'm 1,000% riding with them. But, as a parent, man, as an uncle, you still going to have your concerns or whatever. But, I'm just a firm believer, man, in my faith, bro. I pray over them every day, man, to keep them covered so they won't get in that position. Because we've seen this happen so many times with these athletes that we love and respect with the, what's his name? The gentleman from the Bills. That's the type of from the
DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, Hamlin, and with the
it can even be off-field situations.
Yeah, man, it's scary, bro. It's
and
really
things happen quick too, man.
Real quick, man, and it's just scary, man. It's just that what can you do? You don't want your child not to pursue their dreams, but at the same time, just as a parent, you just want them to be safe.
Yeah, because you want to protect them. Yeah, that's your baby. At the end. You're always gonna look at them as your baby. Yeah,
exactly, man. Rather, I don't care how old you get.
Old
That's still my baby. Man. You know what I mean? I want them to be safe. You know what I mean? So, I just keep them covered, bro.
Definitely. I mean, athletes definitely can. We've seen plenty of stories, whether it be on field, off field. Like that shit can get very wild and quick too. All it takes is a second. You know what I'm saying? Oh, recently we just had Travis Rudolph. He got found not guilty for his situation, man. Like that's a blessing, man. And I was looking at that whole case and I was like, man, I hope, because I'm not just saying this because he used to play for my favorite college football team, but man, he had a career ahead of him. I'm not saying he was like this all perennial, all pro, but his dream got derailed because of that situation, and it's so fucked up, man. It's so fucked up. But I'm so glad that he was able to beat those charges. And, I have my own views about how the woman should be handling that situation, because I don't think she should walk away unscathed. But it's nasty, man. It's nasty. And
it's real.
I didn't know she had immunity in that case, too.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
That's
wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, she said she wasn't even testifying unless she had immunity.
That's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, so she can't.
It's like how? How
she can't
could
be brought
you?
to trial. Like she can't be brought to trial now.
That's crazy, bro.
That shit crazy. When I read it, I was like, no way, bro.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah, I just found that out.
The way that whole situation played out could have been avoided if somebody was able to control their emotions, their feelings, and she lost her brother behind that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you also killed somebody else that you supposedly love's career. You see what I'm saying? Possibly sent him away for life, all because of your feelings and your emotions. But I did not know she had immunity for that shit, because I definitely felt like she should have got charged. She should have got
her ass, man.
It's wild out here, bro.
Put him in danger. Put that man brother in danger. You lost a brother. Like it's a lot of losses that came with that.
Well, I knew she would BS and just when she was on that trial, though. I was like, oh yeah, this girl had lying her ass off. Like,
man, listen, I knew Travis' lawyer was like, yeah, this is gonna be
a
especially the whole angle of her still being married while in that situation is like, yeah.
Then when she was trying to explain what go hit him meant, like go hit that shit up meant, it's like, oh, everything but him. Like, okay, yeah, this is an open shut case.
That's crazy, dog. Let me ask y'all a question. What y'all think about the whole Zion?
I was gonna transition to that later.
We talked about it off camera, but it's like, I mean, if y'all don't want to talk about it, that's cool.
No. I was gonna cover. I had it in my notes actually. I was gonna bring it up later.
Gave it to a whole lot of money, man. That's how I look at it, man.
I think it's not deep, but it's like it's some layers to that shit. It's some layers to that shit.
Oh yeah,
because these girls is like, she like this chick here, like in her 30s, like she about to be in her 30s. It's like, come on, bro. Like,
seen the play.
I see your angle here.
Come on, man. I said the same thing. I'm like, bro, I see you just from a mile away. I already know what you're doing. But Zion, bro. What? How was he? What? 22?
22. I think he just turned 22.
My nigga, man. I don't know, bro.
What don't you know?
Just young boy, man. So he young boy in the league with money. He's doing his thing. It's like, how could you? It's like we older, right? So we know we will not fall for no shit like this.
Because we older.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But goddamn, who's his OGs, bro? Like who's that?
I think we've seen.
Look at his stepdad is like the main like man in his life. So it's like and I'm not disrespecting him at all. Like when I see how he conduct himself, it's like I could kind of see how Buddy could be kind of green.
I never even
shit.
see the stepdaddy in no light at all.
Me neither.
That's crazy.
I seen him speak a few times before the draft,
Yeah,
and then like they just did like a little back to school like community thing, where he from and whatnot. So you know, because he brought it up during like the little press conference where he was like, you know, despite what y'all see in the news, like I love Zion, that's my son. I'm always gonna stand by him or whatever, blah blah blah. But you know.
Oh shit!
Shorty has been wilding. That's all I will say.
Yeah,
She's still going as we speak probably
like
right now.
She was at 7 a.m. this morning.
I mean, she's some mid anyway.
I'm not even on Twitter anymore, but I still seeing them tweets, bro. I'm like, yo,
she's rolling them in back to back to back to back to back to back. And when I first seen the announcement, you know, because everybody was like, okay, like, you know, because he had a tag with him that, you know, he was a milkman, basically. Like, he was down with the white girls. Yeah. But so when everybody seen him with the beautiful black woman, it was like, oh, he beat the allegation. Yeah. But you know, the internet get the investigating shit. Then they found out she was the one who was fighting on Queen Slip shit. Okay, then she had an OnlyFans. She got some content out here and shit like that. Then it spiraled into, okay, here come the porn star. She pop out and she started going off. Then another one came out recently. It was like, oh, but I look at it with Zion, it's like, he's 22 years old. He just signed a $200 million extension, 5 years, 195, whatever the case may be. And it's not far-fetched, but at the same time, too, I think he's just been reckless with his shit. That's how I see it. He's reckless. He's just a horny, reckless nigga.
And I can't even
a horny, reckless
I mean,
nigga.
we all
a 22-year-old, bro.
You
can't. I mean, dog, you look at the wire transfer that he was sending Shorty. 25K, 25, 50K. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, tricking. You know what I'm saying? And that's at a 22-year-old kid, bro. Like, I'm not gonna look too deep into this shit because at the end of the day,
with 195 now,
you see what I'm saying? That's a day in the life of Zion Williamson. You see what I'm saying? Like, what he made that day, he just said, "Here you go, ma." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, essentially. So it ain't.
I mean, you can see it in his interviews sometimes when they ask him about certain cities, like when he was at the Pillar, and he was like Dallas. He's like, "Why you say Dallas, bro?" He's like.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, as a 22-year-old kid coming from Duke, full of white women, coming from Spartanburg, South Carolina.
This is him being out in the world.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
In private school too, so like,
if anything, I just want Zion to be. I don't want him to crash out more than anything in that lifestyle in terms of, because you got your dudes who that's what they do. They trick off and they fuck multiple women. That's what they do, but and they come out of it unscathed. Right. I just want to see Zion come out of it unscathed.
That shit can't eat you alive.
It can't eat you
but
alive.
I don't see it eating him alive because he clearly is into BBL women. So big up to him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, hey, bruv, I ain't mad at it. I'm here for the baby or two, bruv. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you know, if it's stopping you from hooping, then that's where I have a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if it ain't stopping shit, like, nigga, if you really fucked up, bruv, go crazy, bruv. You're 22.
Yeah.
I know me at 22, bruv. Mad man.
I understood.
Can't let it fuck with your
You're 20. He's 22, bro. Like, me at 22, and I just signed a 5-year extension.
I'm out here.
I don't know what. I don't know. What would y'all be reading about me on Twitter, bro?
Right.
Like, that's just what it is. Like, I'm being honest with y'all.
A lot of it is the fantasy aspect because, you know, even me, I jokingly say it on Twitter, or you see me on Instagram post a picture of Chloe Bailey and shit like that, and I'm 31. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, too, it's like we all know, like all of us in this room, we all been 20. I know what I was doing at 22. Mo, no. Drew, I met a little bit later, but I was still in my 20s at the time, and it's like, but at the same time, too, all of us in here. We didn't let it derail us off our path and our purpose and shit like that. Me and Drew were single. Mo, he's in a relationship now, so I have more of these conversations with Drew. Me and Drew, we had these conversations off camera all the time. Like, yeah, bro, like shit was wild, shit was crazy. But we know when we come in here, when we go do what we supposed to do, that's what we doing. We don't let that be our persona. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Or that's what make us us. That's just some shit that we trip about. We do our thing. I mean, we men at the end of the day. We gonna get our rocks off. But especially as single niggas. But there's also a discipline within that as well. And with Zion, like Drew said, my biggest thing is if it's not affecting your basketball play, cool.
Do your thing.
Do your thing, bro. But as long as it's not fucking up your basketball, that's it.
And I don't see it fucking his mental up, bro. Because at the end of the day, like Mike said, like it's a fantasy thing. The fuck with like porn stars or like a type of body style of a woman.
It's clear what he's doing.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the girl with the allegation, BBL. The baby mama, BBL. You know, Mariah, like, bro.
The baby mama look like that shit natural. I ain't gonna hold you.
But Mariah, because she was on what, Ghetto Gaggers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Mariah.
Okay,
yeah, that's
well,
Mariah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But that's the type of the person that you. But even in her tweets, you can tell the type of black woman this girl is. You know what I mean? She's definitely by the white man's design. You see what I'm saying?
Out of all of them three, he definitely chose the best one out the patch to put a baby in, just based off of what she's been tweeting. And
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Talking about the knotless braids. I put knotless braids in. Baby girl, you should have been explored that.
Been on that.
You know what I'm saying?
Been on tight wave.
Why it take a 22-year-old to put you on that?
Then she trying to shit on him at the same time. Oh, like, your fat ass got soda and chips in your bathroom. I'm like, what are we doing,
but
bro?
you heard about this man, though.
Yeah, you heard. Yeah.
But see, you won't catch yourself in the gym. You're going to catch yourself on a fucking table to take the shit off. You see what I'm saying? At least Zion's in the gym putting the work in, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, granted, he's a big guy, bro. But we don't know. I don't know what the shit looks like to be Zion Williamson. I don't know how fast he's grown. I've seen it through highlights of middle school, high school clips.
His weight been kind of fluctuating.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He's always been a big guy, bro.
Yeah, in his baby reveal video, dog look like he's back to his Duke size.
You know what I'm saying?
He look like he lost some weight.
Yeah, so like she's hurt. We get it. Yeah. Now you're 4 days removed and you're still trying to slut shame him. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like
it's up on a week.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, ma, like it's time to hang the shit up.
Trying to let it go, man.
You know,
it's time to work. No, you need to get back to work.
Those white men are waiting on you. They're waiting.
Yeah, the crackers at Brazos is waiting.
Yeah, because you know, like, bro, I don't think there is a black scene of Mariah with a black man.
I don't think there is. No, I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
I did my research. I ain't seen that one.
No, real shit. I don't think she has a scene with a black man, bro. Like and that speaks to her mental. So when she says the thing about the braids, and then I think about your work. Saying. Well, you only fuck white dudes.
Yeah.
In that field, you're a porn star. That's what you do. So there's a mental stigma that comes with that.
Oh, for sure.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. Like even for her, bruv, it's more of a psychological problem for a 29-year-old woman out here who, granted, yes, she makes her own money. You know what I mean? She does make her bread, bruv. But at the end of the day, at a 29-year-old woman, we're seeing a crash dummy happen on Twitter.
She's crashing.
She's crashing very hard.
Shit, Mariah might be older than that.
She's 29.
She better be 30.
She's 29.
So both of the girls is 29. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, she might be in her 30s. Oh, somebody's in her 30s.
I think
the baby mom is 29.
Okay, so then I think Mariah's like 31, 32.
She's older anyway.
Yeah, but regardless, she's a young woman. But just see this crashing out of like continue to tweet this nigga. It ain't about subscribe to my OnlyFans no more, bro. It's everything hashtag Zion Williamson.
I mean, honestly, I can say I give credit to Zion for not even engaging.
Oh, for sure. Why would he though?
There's nothing to talk about.
You obviously hurt.
But what's the end game though? Like, what you going?
That's
like,
what I'm
what
saying,
you want
like,
from
But
this?
she's pushing that air at this point.
Yeah,
4 days in.
It's clout, bro.
And
it's clout. Yeah.
End of the day, he about to start his family. That's all that matters.
That's it.
Like she's gonna be going on a tour soon. And I'm sure this is how it's going to play out. I already see it.
She's gonna be on No Jumper soon.
She's going to be on the tour of going to local podcasts.
I didn't even think about that.
You see what I'm saying? Like this is the dynamic. She might write a book. You know what I'm saying? And then there's going to be other athletes that are going to come fuck with her. I'm sure of it because you know it's an experience.
I think she done fucked that up.
I
don't know, bro. Some niggas love the experience. They just want to. Okay, I want to know what that feel like, and I have the means to do it.
Yeah,
that be the thing. It's like, well, fuck it. I got the means. Let me throw the bait out there. Let me throw the bait out there.
I feel like women who do that, like to me, because it's like it just showed me that you're not about your business at the end of the day. Because her posting like the transfers, the wire transfers,
madness.
It's like if I'm a nigga. I get what you're saying. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop a lot of shit. But there are gonna be some fellas who watch that and be like, bro, I would never lay down with that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, there definitely are some athletes that's like, no, I'm not fucking with that. For sure, you have, but there's a lot of it. It's a lot of it. Yeah, it's a lot. You got some niggas who are like Zion. Then you got some niggas who's like, no, I'm cool. I'll show you. I don't really get down with all that. Like when Cam Newton had his interview with Brittany Renner, and he was turned off because of her putting her shit out there. He's like, you know, honestly, when you put the book out there, that kind of was like when I was like, you know what, I probably went mix up with that, and it's like, We seen Brittany Renner post that. Niggas is still trying to hoop. Well, shit, we just seen her with Shaq. You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
and Shaq's supposed to be like in a position where it's like,
in the grand scheme, you gonna have them niggas who gonna be like, man, I don't give a fuck what she put out there. I'm gonna still try to hoop. What's up?
Yeah, and I mean, Shaq is a nigga who trick off. You can tell he's fucked with
he's
hoops.
a career trigger.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But see, like, bruv, like those guys back then, them niggas been tricking, bruv. But it's just a society today.
Game.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's a new arena.
You would have had to go to a news reporter and be like, or a journalist to be like, hey, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
And now we can now you have a voice, you have a platform, and all it takes is one retweet. Now you got 2, now you got 10, now you got 100, now you got 1,000, and now we out here. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, she had 1 million followers before all of this.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you gotta think about it. She has 1 million followers, don't follow nobody.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, bro. There's a mad horny niggas that will get their winkers off to her every fucking day, bro. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, go crazy, bro. This is the lane that she wants to be in. That's the lane that she decided to go in.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, bro, you can't hold Zion accountable for tricking, bro. When all these niggas have been tricking, gambling, doing all this crazy shit, bro.
Some just haven't been caught.
That's just it. But as a 22-year-old kid, bro, I'm never going to fault this nigga because out of, again, coming from Duke, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no Mariah walking around fucking Duke, bruv. Shit, not even in Durham. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
a fact.
So, what we really talking about here? You know what I mean? Spartanburg, bruv. Country women, bruv. Like, you're just not walking around
I tweeted
like
that. I
this.
was like, bro, I don't think y'all understand. Like, there's not even no Mariah's walking around in the. Well, it's a few girls that got on that.
I mean,
table.
she's a bimbo, bruv.
She's
So,
a
like,
bimbo,
you know what I'm saying? They're of the milk
Yeah.
category.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you like what you like.
When I look at her, I don't even put her in the BBL community. She's like bimbo status.
She's definitely
Like,
bimbo status.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And I feel like she's taking it up a notch, like throughout her career. But you know, that's neither here or there, bruv. You know, get your money, bruv. Do your thing. Just don't let this shit fuck up the team camaraderie.
that's
You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go on this, and I'm gonna leave this shit alone. But when you look at the Pelicans team and the veteran presence on this squad, bruv, it's really lackluster.
They got rid of him though.
That's what I'm saying.
They
so
got rid of Steven Adams.
You
they got rid of Eric Gordon. Like,
you got a bunch of kids.
They got a bunch of kids.
You
on
got
CJ is the one.
Yeah,
CJ,
I mean,
yeah.
but then the CJ's new into the equation. Zion's clearly the number one guy, even
He's
with
the
CJ
franchise.
there.
He's supposed to be the franchise player.
Yeah. So him being out it just leaves a lot of room for a lot of tomfoolery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you know, I always leave room open to say that I don't know what these guys are telling the young players.
Yeah.
I always say that because I don't know. So veteran presence, or I think if they had 6 veterans on the team, who's to say Zion still probably wasn't gonna do shit? Because like my nigga, not only that, you could be a vet, but my nigga, I get more money than you. I'm number 1 overall pick, and I just signed for an extension. This is my first extension. I'm only 22.
I feel like that kind of plays to your character though, because the money.
I'm just put. I don't know Zion, but you get what I'm saying. Like I never know. That's all I say. I'm not in these locker rooms, so I don't know. I don't know what conversations they have off court. You see what I'm saying?
Shit,
they could be telling Zion, "Hey, bro, like be mindful," but it's like, bro, let me get my rocks off. I'm gonna do what I want to do regardless. Yeah, I hear you, but I charge it to that. I hear you, but
facts.
No,
and I mean, CJ's a young guy too. So like to say a veteran presence, bro, it ain't really gonna be there.
CJ might be younger than me.
You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, so it ain't. It's like, nigga, I'm not looking. Like, imagine going in the military and it's a 21-year-old kid yelling at you and telling you what the fuck to do. You gonna be like, bro,
sergeant.
yeah, like, bro, like, relax. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of the team of how the shit has to be built, just off of age and how long how many stripes you have under your belt. You should listen to me, but at the end of the day, you know,
even if you're better than me, because when you draft the number 1 overall draft pick, even as a vet on that team, you know this guy is going to be the face of the franchise. There's still some wisdom in me that he don't have that I can steal in him, even though he may be better than me.
Yeah.
He's going to get more money than me. So I'm not going to overstep my boundaries of trying to derail his franchise vision, being a franchise player, because I know my position. But as a vet, I can just pull him to the side, be like, hey, bro, like, you know I never was a number 1 overall pick. I know I'm not even as talented as you, but I've been around and I see some things. Let me holler at you real quick. And it could just be as simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
More so of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Mostly,
And I mean, it's just, you know, bruv, that's a lot of niggas that get allegations every fucking day, bruv. Tristan Thompson, your shit ain't clean, bruv. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of niggas that really can't weigh on a lot of shit when it comes to this conversation in general, because niggas been tricking for a long time. Once niggas have a child now, you know, look at the White. The White got like quietly got like 8, 9, 10. You know what I'm
by
saying?
9 different women.
You see what I'm saying, bruv? But
You never really heard too much crazy shit
see
about
what
it.
I'm saying, bruv? So it's a lot of niggas out here who really got a lot of shit going. I mean, fucking even Derek Fisher with Matt Barnes. You know what I'm saying? Even that's a crazy situation. So we've seen this shit throughout the years. But to give a 22-year-old so much hell, like Stephen A. going and doing all this other carrying on and all that shit.
Wow.
He tried to say
Wildin', bro.
that's why that's probably why you haven't having issues with your lower extremities and shit like that. We know what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Now. It's a funny play on words, but like I don't think it's nothing that we need to until we see Zion back on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of what gives people the the opening to say
sure.
that because we haven't seen him play
For
a
sure.
lot. Now, had we seen him playing a lot, I don't think people would have been having that notion that you're speaking to.
Yeah.
But because we haven't seen him, it's like, okay, you focus on fucking.
Yeah.
But essentially, the man had been hurt. But people can say, well, this is probably why you ain't really focused on your weight might be fluctuating. And I never really paid into the weight thing with Zion. But when you're hurt, it leaves room for you to gain weight.
I think
But we
another
would
thing-
love to see you because we know Zion is not Donovan Mitchell coming out. You the number 1 overall draft pick. We've been talking about you like being in the next LeBron James
That's what I was about to
type,
say. They're
type
trying to
or
compare him to that.
class. You see what I'm saying? Like they had Zion talking about the next generational thing
he's supposed to
since
be that.
LeBron James. So it's gonna be carried different. You get what I'm saying? What you about to say, D?
No, saying the same thing about they comparing him to as the next LeBron. So it's like, you know, exactly what you was talking about. Hey, listen, like you said, as long as that man game is not off, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I mean, coming from the state of South Carolina, I'm proud of him, whatever. I just don't want the young bull to get out there.
I think Zion be all right.
I know he's gonna be all right, man. Just you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, shit, if anything, he did hurt himself trying to smack that booty, bro, because that shit don't move, bro. That shit is a whole lot of plastic, bro.
Super dumb crazy.
Mark cannot ride, bro.
Then she had like a clip when she was on Wendy Williams asking Wendy,
Yes,
how do I make
your
real friends?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it's
bro,
like, bro,
y'all looking
like-
at each other like,
Mariah
they
Mills-
both looking at each other like they're crazy.
Mariah Mills is on Wendy Williams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
She came as a woman in the red dress, so you know what that means. Like she's trying to be the standout person.
Mo, remember what that conversation we had a few months ago about that red dress persona? Remember I told you? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Nasty. That red dress
So it's
is
funny that
nasty,
Drew
dog.
mentioned that. Yeah, she had a red dress on.
Mm-hmm. You already know. And Wendy was kind of looking at her like intimidated because it's like we both got these bimbo breasts, and it's like, but she got the ass.
They
you
said
know
she
what I'm
got the
saying?
ass. Yeah, Wendy don't got the ass. So
Yeah.
she said, women see that they might be kind of, and Wendy was just like, just continue to stay around family and care that, and you'll come across.
ain't
some
got
real
that.
women. So it's like obviously she don't got that if she asking you how to make them. So I mean, just seeing her tweets, man, it's just been.
It's just
It
so
speaks to the character.
it's telltale, bro.
It's
the type
telltale,
of- We've all seen a black woman that don't really fuck with the color of their skin, and she's that type. You know,
Like for you to be you turning 30 and you never had like knotless braids, that tells me a lot about you. Or even had, because in the text message I never had my hair like this, and I'm like, no way, like no way. So
sounds
you
about
never
right.
even did the kinky twist, like you didn't even come from that. You know what I'm saying?
she
Like
came from ghetto gaggers.
that's what, and she had an ankle monitor on doing that. I'm like, bro, like you just like all right. Like,
It's telltale, bro.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like he got a ghetto ass bimbo, bro, and it's telltale. Like that's just what it is, bro. I'm sorry, but that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
We've all seen those types, you know what I mean? But it doesn't get this much burn 4 days removed. You know what I'm saying? Like she's really trying to drag this shit on. So I'm ready to see this tour. You know, if
she gonna be on No Jumper soon.
Yeah.
No Jumper coming.
you passing through
Might
South
sit with
Carolina, come on, pull through.
She's gonna sit with Vlad. She's sitting with No Jumper, and she's sitting with Axe. She's sitting with all
Yeah.
three of them for sure.
Especially recently on what Vlad be paying for certain guests to come on.
She's
5
definitely
racks,
going.
10 racks
she's
here.
going to Vlad. Vlad got 20K for her right now.
Vlad be paying folks?
Oh yeah.
Vlad be paying for.
There was a text. There was
That's
a
why
text.
Boosie. That's why Boosie got some man. He said he prefer to do shit like that than doing shows. He feel like, and his lifestyle, like shows and shit like that, dangerous for him. So he'd rather do shit like that. To
That's
stay out the way.
ironic. He say he do that with Vlad, and we all know where Vlad is known. I ain't gonna get into that, but that's very funny, Boosie.
Yeah,
But
I mean that's what he said.
That's wild.
yeah.
God damn.
Big up Zion, man. Just get better, bro. Just show these
all I want
niggas.
for the man.
That's all I want.
Just show these niggas what's up this season.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta
But the
say.
jokes have been funny though.
They happen.
Oh yeah.
The jokes won't come in. I have enjoyed seeing some of these jokes.
All I'm
I'm
gonna say is, man, that young man ain't know what to do, and even in the room.
Listen, I seen that squirt video.
When that girl closed that door,
Listen,
he was in it for a world. He was in it for a world.
I seen that squirt video.
They don't have that. In
And all I'm gonna
Spartanburg.
say is,
They don't have that. in
when that
Spartanburg.
nigga seen, and he's 22 years old. I know he ain't never
He's
seen no shit.
22.
When that girl started,
When she closed that door,
he didn't know what to do when that thing started squirting like that, man.
I've seen the girls he used to deal with. Them white girls.
He ain't know what to do.
They ain't
he
that.
ain't know what to do.
Zion, he
And she probably put that lock on his ass too. So it was like, yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was wild,
Hey
man.
man, salute that young man. He'll be
Yeah,
all right, man. My dog gonna bounce back. He gonna bounce back, man. Like that thing.
I don't even feel like he bounced anywhere, bro. I just think
feel
it just
like
opened
they
door.
I feel they're trying to. When I say that, Drew, I feel like they're trying to directly connect this to his performance on the floor, and I just feel like he got hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Shit
I
happens,
honestly
bro.
feel like this year, like he gonna show niggas what it is.
I mean,
like,
you can even say like, all right, now imagine this Greg Odom. You know what I mean? Like a nigga who just couldn't get right, bro.
Right.
Like his body just won't allow him to get right, and this might even be for Zion. You
Right.
know what I mean? His body might. Same with what's the boy, the ball that the Bulls saying that he might not ever play. Lonzo. You know what I'm saying? Your body might just might not work for you. You know what I'm saying? But if this was Greg Odom, #1 draft pick, he out here tricking and all this other shit.
Yeah.
Nigga, are you gonna tell this man who has a fucking bone problem? Like, bruv, you shouldn't be out here fucking.
yeah, Greg legit had like bone issues.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, you gonna say,
Brandon
Zion.
Roy too. Like he the same. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This might be something that Zion just can never recover from. You know what I mean? It might not be a timetable of he can never come back to
Right.
basketball longer than for,
Well,
20
remember,
minutes.
He got cleared for basketball during.
And then he said it was his mental.
Yeah, he said it was mental. Yeah.
But I get it because the fear of coming down and re-injuring. I know what that shit feels like. I know when running down steps, what the fear of running down steps
Yeah.
because I have a torn ACL. Like it changes me up in certain ways of how I move or kicking the soccer ball with kids or playing basketball with the kids and shit like that. I have to move a whole lot different. I'm very weary of it. So yeah, it plays a mental part of it, and I can only imagine, having those doctors and surgeons in your ear every single day, like, we have a setback here, and how damaging that shit could be. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, bro, like if you're getting your shit off, get your shit off, bro. But just come to work.
Mm-hmm.
Once you come to work, bro, just do the fucking work. Everything else goes out the window for me. 22, bro. Give the man some grace.
Yeah, guy.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely giving some grace on that. I mean, men been fucking since the beginning of time. They gonna keep on fucking till the end of time, bro.
He probably fucking one
will
right
never
now,
change.
bro.
Probably
Oh
Yeah.
well.
Like, fucking right, we talking right now. He probably.
Oh well. Just come to work.
Yeah, just come to work,
come
man.
to
Do
work.
your thing, man. So, how y'all feel about Young Thug's brother getting his probation revoked, getting his 9 years? This nigga violated I watched that video with the judge, and he was very,
he was
very
adamant.
stern. You could tell that he was trying to be lenient because he said, "Man, like, I like your lawyer." You know what I'm saying? Like she even recommended 2 years, but nah.
I've heard you say his brother. 'Cause I don't know the whole story, but his brother.
Yeah, so his brother copped the plea deal in the case, and
He copped the same plea deal that
yeah,
Gunna
everybody
copped.
else,
Gunna did.
and all he had to do was just basically. I don't know exactly how long his probation was, but
His
I'm assuming
probation was
very
9
long.
years. It was 9 years.
Okay, so he had probation for 9 years, and he got caught with a gun.
Like 2 months after the trial.
2 months. No, trial's still going on. 2 months after he
2
copped
months
his
after
plea.
he copped,
Yeah,
after he
Okay,
copped his plea.
less than 2 months after. If I had the video, I actually play this shit. If I got it, let me see.
That's wild.
Yeah, man, it's I don't understand it, to be honest with these niggas, man. The shit just.
Golly, man.
I don't think I got that shit, but yeah, man, I don't know. I don't get it.
So, wait, man. That's crazy. I don't really know too much about that story, dog. I just know that this shit just look nasty, dog. Gotta make it.
Yeah, that judge wasn't playing with that boy.
At
No,
all.
he wasn't.
Like
Hold on,
he-
I got it right here. I'll play it. I got it right here. Let me see.
That's a gun. And the state was very clear, and in Ms. Pretty testified earlier about the things that you were given in terms of your reporting in states 1 and 2. And then Ms. Goodacre came in and specifically you signed acknowledgement of firearm in states 3. and prohibition of possessing firearms or ammunition in states 4. And then I saw states 6 and 7, which was the Glock 9 that was taken from the vehicle, which you were the driver, shaded 3 to 4 inches from that. So I find that based upon the evidence presented in this case, the state has proven by a preponderance of the evidence that you have violated your probation in the 3 means as set forth in paragraph 4 on the petition. Now, in terms of the revocation, your attorney has asked me to consider a revocation of 2 years. And I certainly respect her, and I certainly respect that, you don't know unless you ask. The issue I find aggravating in this particular circumstances are several. You got arrested with a gun within 6 months of you being placed on probation. And I agree with the state that you're not a candidate for probation because all you had to do is just complete your probation and do what you're supposed to do. Instead, you were riding around the car with a gun in violation of your probation and what this court explicitly had conversations with you about. Explicitly. On the record. And for that reason, sir, I'm going to revoke the balance of 9 years and 6 months. And you will serve that in the Department of Corrections. And that will be the sentence of the court. Anything further? No, Your Honor. All right, that will be the sentence of the court. Okay, we're in
Yeah,
Lord
man.
have
So
mercy.
fucked up, but I mean, hey, he made his bed and live. What do y'all think about some people saying like it was kind of like a lose-lose for him in that situation in terms of him coming from that street life, so he took the risk in having a gun with him so he don't get caught slipping or anything like
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
I mean, no, I can't. Nah, bro. Because at the end of the day, you could have just stayed your ass in jail to begin with and save everybody time. You took this deal with knowing that you needed to stay out of trouble. You knew that you needed to make some changes so you don't end up back in front of this judge. He gotta be accountable for that. Like, it's not a lose-lose. You supposed to make a win out of that. That's what you're supposed to do with that.
That's a bar right there.
You get an opportunity. It's not a lose-lose. You make it a win-win. You get a chance like that where you don't gotta serve 9 years in jail away from your family. When you have a chance to be with your family and shit like that, or be just free. Take the opportunity and do something with it. Like, that's just making excuses for this nigga, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a chance, bro. Like, it's easy for you to stay out the way. Just stay out the way. You don't need to be riding around like that. Especially, you're being ordered not to. It's a reason why you were ordered not to. Why were you ordered not to do it? Because you accepted a plea deal for you not being associated with the street shit like that no more. When you took that deal, you knew what came with that. Just like how you signed to be a street nigga, you signed up this deal. You need to play by the rules. That's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Drew, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations again, dog. You don't have to be the guy with the gun. Like, it's a lot of niggas, a lot of security, bruv. A lot of small security firms that can be licensed to carry this shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But you make enough money. Like, these niggas make enough money to have private security. To move around with the gun on probation, bruv, it's just stupid. And you already know the repercussions. So, I mean, honestly, at this point, these judges are out here to set examples for niggas. I mean, it's a fucking RICO case.
That'd be my thing. They don't really care. They trying to set examples.
Yeah, and you will be the one. Because didn't somebody just deny their plea deal for like 20 years? Lucci. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
So now this nigga can be
taking this to trial.
He's taking this shit to trial.
They offered him a lesser time to testify against Young Thug. He was like, "Nah, I'm just." Because his case got nothing to do with this RICO. He got a separate RICO case he fighting. But they was like, oh, if you testify against this because he got attacked in jail or whatnot, we might can do something for you.
But I wasn't surprised he did that because he come from that lifestyle and he embodies
100%.
So
but
he
now,
taking what come with it.
But then now you had took the plea, you would have had 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You already sat. I don't know how long, but whatever.
It's been for about almost 2 years now.
You know what I'm saying?
2 years? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So boom. Now you're looking at what?
Who knows?
70 life. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the chance he willing to take.
That's the chance. You know what I'm saying? But
I honestly don't feel like he denies that deal unless he knows something that we just don't know. Because there's no way
A Rico getting off on a Rico for 20, bro. That's kind of, like you said, like unless you know for sure, like y'all ain't really got shit on me.
We saying that for Lucci. What that say about Thug? Thug taking us to trial.
Yeah.
So
Both of them are taking it to trial because I think they both. I mean, that just goes back to the lifestyle. We seen it with the mob. The mob don't never take no deals. They take everything to trial. We seen it throughout history. Okay, y'all say we did this. I don't give a fuck what it is. A Rico, Chico, whatever the case may be. You gonna have to prove this shit, and they take everything to trial because that's the lifestyle they signed up for. It's no cooperating. So I wasn't surprised that that Lucci did that, man. He taking the chance. He rolling the dice, and whatever he get from it, he get from it.
Yeah, that's tough.
There
That's
was never
tough.
thought in my mind that he would take a plea deal.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be an offer of that, and if you don't take that offer. All right.
They're gonna try to come down.
For sure.
If they can, without a doubt, prove that he is, what they say, like they gonna try to come down with full force. So,
Brother Rico, bro, you gotta think, man. Ricos ain't just built off of just flabbergasted information. They got facts behind this shit. In order for it to even get to a Rico case to present to a judge, for the judge to sign off to say, okay, we got a Rico here. You know what I mean? So.
No, go ahead.
So it has to be, not has to be, but it's pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that it's something that they have that they're going to be able to push these niggas for. But when you're out on a Rico, bruv, you don't ride around with a gun. Just that simple. Just logically, bruv. But we just gotta be smarter. Like people just gotta be fucking smarter. But again, when you're from this life and this life is all you know, or this is the life you want to portray.
I wanted to ask y'all because everything just surrounding it, because it's going to go back to Gunna. So I seen a chart recently that said that he had like the #1 song in the Atlanta area or something like that. And then also the video that was going around of like everybody stopping in the club when his song came on. Me personally, I felt like that shit was for optics.
I think
but it could have been
lying.
real. But what you think about that shit, Deak? Just that whole shit. Did you listen to the new record, Guns N' Butter?
I didn't listen to the whole thing, but
okay, I've been playing that shit. That shit hard.
I heard it was hard, but they saying something that he was taking shots at Lil Baby. But
Yeah,
took shots at a few niggas on there.
shots at
but
a
he
few
said on academic page that wasn't true though, right? You know what I mean?
I mean, them lyrics sound different. I don't know what he said on Academics page. I don't know. That's new news to me. I'm not sure.
I know academics said that he was taking shots at Baby, and then he posted talking about that was cap. That wasn't true.
All I know is
I've been about perspective at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
If it's #1 on the chart for Atlanta, and then y'all trying to show me that niggas not rocking with that in the club, somebody lying.
yeah, for sure. And I mean, we've been in the club, Mo, during the times of like the beef with Dino when they played Pacino Dino. I've seen niggas like turn the snitch off and literally stop. Like everybody bopping and that shit might come on and niggas will stop fucking moving. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Just on the code, air quotes, that, the paperwork said one thing, and so we're not going to support his music. So if a nigga plays this shit in the club, they're gonna stop. To say that, in Atlanta it's the same way, I can see that shit, but then the numbers show something different. You know
Somebody
what I mean?
lying.
Like in the car, y'all bumping this shit, but now we out in public. Okay, I can't show these niggas I really like this song, but in your head you probably rapping bar for bar. I already know the whole song.
And another thing, like I totally understand that, but Atlanta's a different market from here, so like I get people not bumping the Dino shit here. The level of influences is crazy. This is a monkey see, monkey do city. Y'all not gonna tell me that this man got the #1 song in Atlanta, but then y'all trying to push this narrative that y'all not gonna rock with this nigga music in the club. That's somebody's lying now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody lying. Who lying?
but see, like not everybody who listen to damn Gunna music is involved with the streets.
That's what
Exactly.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
He got
niggas
more
still
civilian
listen-
fans than street fans. Yeah.
Like niggas
I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. There's Uber drivers in the club. There's warehouse workers in there. There's waiters, all kind of shit in there. And you telling me that these niggas gonna be like, oh, now we not listening to this nigga? Somebody lying.
That's what I was gonna ask y'all. I mean, do y'all think Gunna could still have a career
Yeah. 100%.
I think so too. Hell, if you want me to keep it a buck, hell, Tekashi could have damn still had a career if he wasn't still doing all that fuck shit.
I think his quality of music just went down. But when he came out, I mean, he was breaking records for Instagram Live and all types of shit. You remember that shit, Mo?
He had a song with Nicki Minaj when he came
Two
out.
for you too.
Song with Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj.
So it's like, all right, so
Two songs with Nicki. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. And,
Before and
and
after.
I want artists of her caliber to be consistent. So y'all gonna do songs with this dude, but y'all gonna tell me y'all not gonna work with Gunna when he come home?
She said she not gonna work with Gunna?
No, I'm just saying I want to see the actions. Cause y'all was still supporting this man when he came home,
right?
And he told on people,
right?
He testified on people,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think Nicki's the type of artist she don't care.
Yeah,
I think if Gunna wanted to do a record with her, she would do it.
I mean, I need to see it though.
Because I remember I think she spoke to the same shit that you speaking of. Remember when they was getting on her about working with 6ix9ine, but then she was like, no, like a lot of y'all rappers be buddy, shoulder to shoulder with niggas in the club. Y'all call rats. You see what I'm saying? Like,
here.
you remember this?
I be seeing this shit around here. y'all niggas be trying to say X, Y, and Z, but y'all be standing by these dudes in the club. Y'all know what come with this shit. If y'all want to be so technical, y'all wouldn't even be standing in the same section with this dude if he quote unquote told on people.
There's a few rappers who done kind of like they ain't say it verbatim, like Boosie. I think Boosie probably the only one who would stand on that shit. Everybody else, they're in question, in my opinion.
Especially after that last Breakfast Club interview, you would think that.
I think Boosie's kind of standing firm on not working with Gunna, but everybody else, I don't know. Y'all been moving kind of funny, and then, because who's to say when Dawg really getting his mo for this album, and then shit get back to how it was, and then
I definitely, whenever this new album he got coming out, I'm paying attention to the track list. I want to see who's the feature.
Oh, I think everybody gonna pay attention to that track list. I know I am as well. I think everybody gonna pay attention to that shit.
You think he's gonna have a big career? Still,
I don't know if it's gonna be how it used to be, but I think he's gonna have a good. I still think he's gonna have a career at that shit. He probably just ain't gonna be rapping about that shit he used to rap about anymore.
I mean, for the most part, all he rapped about was getting high and getting fly.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he did have some street elements in this shit, but who don't? Like in that, know.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. He probably ain't gonna have he ain't gonna have no future or nothing like that. Then shit, who's his producer? I forgot his producer's name.
Weezy.
Yeah,
Weezy out of here.
We say he ain't fucking with him no more.
Weezy don't fuck with Gunna
That's
no
what
more.
they said. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, that was that Instagram story that was going to. So that
wasn't true though. I heard.
I don't know
That shit. I heard that he said he wasn't fucking with no more. So.
Damn, Weezy out of here. Don't fuck with Gunna.
Weezy really is out of here.
Then who had the Instagram video that went live and it was like, nah, like
that's Lil Got It.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I know
But you used to call this man Pops. You used to call this man your dad, but now you don't fuck with this man no more. But my whole thing was this, bro. Y'all mad at Gunna, but y'all weren't mad at Young Thug's brother who took the same exact deal as Gunna.
Because Young Gunna's brother is not no celebrity.
But it's the same. But if we going by saying this cold shit,
there's a lot of picking and choosing.
This man brother, that's Young Thug's brother. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't publicly. Y'all ain't publicly doing X, Y, and Z. Man, you know why? Because y'all scared of that man. Y'all not scared of Gunna. That's the thing. Gunna is a low hanging fruit.
Exactly. That's what it is. They scared of Thug ass though. Never mind.
Nah, I mean that's real. I mean, shit. It's been over a year since he's been locked up.
Yeah,
Believe it or not,
it's been a year.
It's been a year, bro. I looked up the other day. Somebody said it's been a year since Young Thug got it. I said, dog, it's been a fucking year already.
A year.
Time is not playing, bro.
That
was May. Yeah, it was in May. Because you got to think. His album was about to come out. Because, just off the heels, remember his baby mama got killed? Mm-hmm. And then he went dark for probably 3 weeks, 2 weeks. And then he released the album art cover. It's like, I got a lot of shit I got to say.
Damn,
then a few days later, he gets booked for the Rico.
Him and Gunna get locked up together.
Yup.
God damn, boy.
Because Gunna still was coming off of drip season forever.
Yeah,
Do y'all think he gonna get nailed to the? I mean, we revisited this question before, but I think a year later now, like, how y'all think Young Thug shit gonna play out, man? Y'all think he gonna get nailed to the cross, or you think he might actually beat this shit?
I feel like his case has been an absolute circus. Yeah. From everything that's been going on.
It has definitely been a circus
from this year to now, and I honestly don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know. I can't predict it. But I will say this. If he walks away from this shit, he's Teflon.
What?
That motherfucker Teflon.
That nigga better put out a gospel album like Snoop.
Snoop didn't do gospel.
Snoop is different, man.
I can see Thug playing around with some shit like that to be real because of his.
That shit might slap for real.
That shit
Think
might slap
about
for
it.
real. On some real shit.
That shit, I can hear him with damn Fred Hammond or some shit, man. Like, yeah, all right, yeah. But I honestly think that maybe possibility more people might talk, bro.
Think so?
I kind of got that feeling though. I don't know who, but they gonna slap. They gonna throw them numbers out there. What? Oh, okay. Give me pen and paper. I'll tell you what you need to know. I don't know. This shit look nasty as fuck, dog.
The opposite of this shit.
I ain't
look
laughing
good,
at the
man.
situation, but
because
God.
it's like what 4 or 5 of them then got caught trying to smuggle drugs inside of the jail. It's just like, bro, like.
And then the person tried to get a man. He was trying to give Thug.
Try to give Thug a perk. Like it's like,
yeah,
bro,
like, my nigga, like what the hell?
These judges might be sick and tired of these niggas, bro. Like on some real shit. So who knows, man? We had, like you said, we just gotta.
And if the judge
stay
sick and
tuned.
tired of your ass, that ain't pretty.
That
bro.
ain't good,
You
bro.
better
Y'all doing
hope
too
that
much.
judge come in at a good day. That motherfucker have a bad day this morning getting dressed to come to work. All right, fuck that. Let's get this shit over with.
I think honestly, man, it has been a circus, and it's been unfortunate because, like I said, Young Thug, he feeds a lot of people. He's a great artist, so it's just been slowing up the music movement, man. And you could tell the impact in Atlanta it's had on the music since he's been locked up. Like he has a lot of motion and a lot of impact. He's a pulse.
Yeah,
He's part of a big pulse in that in that city. So, and I was ready for the album, man. Shit, I was ready for the fucking album.
I was
So
waiting on that album.
that album still might come out. You know how most
you
artists
never
do,
know.
man.
I think he'll wait until the final verdict. If he gets locked up, I still think we get the album.
Oh,
If
we
he
still
don't
getting
get
it.
locked up, we gonna get a better version of the album.
Yeah.
Because then he gonna have some more shit to say. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this shit play out, bro. Definitely for sure, man.
But should he still be beating up on Gunna if Doug ain't saying anything? I mean, if Doug
he
ain't
can't say nothing at this moment. I think that's what a lot of people got to understand. Thug can't say nothing as regards to that. Because if you confirm it, you're fucked. If you don't confirm it, then you still kind of fucked. So essentially,
That
he
makes
can't come
sense.
out and say, "Oh, nigga, you a rat," because then
That makes sense.
you're confirming the state's case.
That makes sense.
You see what I'm saying? So he has to remain silent.
That makes sense.
So nobody's gonna know. You see what I'm saying? It won't be until he actually either beats it or he loses, and then it's like, what are you gonna? I don't know. What you think?
Shit, I find it funny that that new single that Gunna dropped still came out on YSL, but they.
I don't think they could do. I don't think they could do.
I think business is
Business is
at the end of
business.
the day.
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Gunna did cooperate, but in the terms of him cooperating, he's basically saying YSL is a record label, not a gang. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing record label business. If we being technical, now that doesn't help Thug case because Thug is shit. He's saying this shit is that's his case is whether it's a gang or not too. So
Yeah, the other thing is this is a record
I'm
label.
sorry,
That's
Gunna said it was acknowledged as a gang, but it's a record label.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His thing is it's not a gang at all.
Yeah, it's just
So
a
it's
record
like,
label. And I employ all these people. I mean, we seen him. He had Kevin Lyles up there. He had another person that was affiliate of YSL saying that it stands for Young Successful Life. And
You had
all
Kevin
this
Lyles
other
up
shit.
That was
there
Metro
crying.
Boomin.
That was
That
him?
was Metro Boomin saying all that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had Kevin. He had Kevin Lyles on the stand crying and everything, bro.
Yeah. Vouching for him. So,
Yep.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this shit play out, man. It's just been, it's been a big circus surrounding this whole shit, bro. And if Gunna did say that was cap that he was talking about Lil Baby, I don't know.
Yeah, that was.
I don't
I don't
believe
know
that.
about
I don't
that
believe
one.
that. That was the
I didn't hear the whole song.
that bar
but
was a
he
little
did.
too specific.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
ball was a little bit,
And then
especially
he
off
had-
the heels of what happened with P. You see what I'm
And
saying?
then
So,
he actually name dropped Dirk, so he definitely taking shots at niggas on that album, on that track. So
Oh, he did. He did mention Dirk name.
I mean, yeah.
okay.
I don't. Did he mention? Dirk?
He didn't say Dirk name
but
specifically,
he was.
but
He
it's
was,
like,
speaking, he was speaking to Dirk. Like
I mean, it's a time. Dirk just had an interview with Academics, and
His
he said what
album
he
just
said.
dropped.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Dirk did call
So
that,
it's
man.
like, it's very. They ain't saying direct names, but we all know who niggas.
we
he
know
talking
who that. We
about,
know that.
man.
We listen to enough of this music to know. Like, what's going on, man. Like, You ain't gonna
We be
fool
knowing
me.
when niggas sleep this and who they talk about, man. Like, we've been listening to music for a very long time, man.
I'm listening to music for
Very
30
long
years
time,
now.
man.
I know what's going on.
Niggas know what's going on, boy.
That shit crazy, man.
Oh,
Shit, that's crazy thing about listening to music that long. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we here, man.
Dog, I tell you this though. If when shit really gets settled, the dust settles, you're gonna see a lot of shit. We ain't gonna have to hear no words. We gonna see a lot of shit.
Yeah, you gonna see it.
And the shit gonna say 1,000 words. Like they say, a picture say 1,000 words. A lot of shit that we gonna see, whether it be video or pictures, it's gonna paint a lot of pictures for us.
Definitely.
It's gonna paint a lot of pictures for us.
Captions gonna
bro.
be crazy.
Captions gonna be crazy. The pictures themselves gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah, the pictures
Shade
gonna
room
be crazy,
have
bro.
a shade room
And
gonna
you
have
know,
a ball.
if Thug come home, his Instagram stories gonna be crazy.
God.
Just all the clips that's gonna come from
I think we'll
Thug.
get the most in-depth Young Thug album ever if he beats this case.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think
It's
Thug,
gonna be a theme behind it for sure.
I don't think Thug gonna when Thug get out. I don't think he's gonna be out there like far as he gonna be.
he gonna fall back?
lay
You
low
don't think he gonna address the niggas really?
on the album, but I don't think he gonna post like an Instagram post. I mean,
Think he gonna fall back from?
I think he gonna fall
He
back
did
from
lose the baby mom right before all this shit, so I think he's probably trying
It's
to.
a lot.
yeah, he's
It's a
so
lot.
hard.
He was a lot he was
It's a
dealing
lot.
before he even got locked up. Cause that's a whole kid that you got an extra pour into now, like
Yeah.
so.
And I think with Young Thug's situation, it's unfortunate all around.
Thug got
because-
like 6-7 kids.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
You got to think how the kids are affected
Yeah.
in all of this. So
See
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
it remains to be seen. But I'm excited about what Apple just put out, man.
you
I
copping
wa-
that shit,
I
man?
watched that event. Man, listen, y'all know I'm not big on Apple products outside of this right here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Air
You
Pros.
big on them AirPods now?
No, but I'm just saying the other
Oh,
shit on the tree.
right.
Like I really don't have, and which I actually need to do. Y'all know I don't have a computer
You got a computer?
because you got to think this is my computer.
Yeah.
But
Me either.
I'm getting to a point now where I need to get me a MacBook. That has to be a cop. But the Apple Vision, man. I watched the event.
You got that
I
3K?
was sold like a motherfucker.
That 3K out the
I
door.
was sold because it's augmented reality.
Right.
So it's basically like I'm looking at Drew, but I can hit my apps, I can hit my messages, I can reply to people, I can watch a movie, I can, all that shit. And the shit looks so hard, bruh. The shit looks so hard. Then they got the spatial audio as well.
I gotta watch that keynote.
And you
man.
know
I didn't
how-
watch that keynote.
And you know how I feel about the spatial audio. You
Yeah.
remember when I first told you about that shit, how excited I was?
So that got built in spatial audio.
Yes.
Audio. All right.
And just man, if you go on Apple YouTube and you can watch, you don't gotta watch the whole shit, but you could basically just skim through it. They probably got some smaller videos that you could watch, but man, that headset looked like it's about to kill that. What's the shit that you got? What's the shit that I was playing with?
Oculus.
It's about to shit on the Oculus.
Drew,
I ain't even
did
gonna
you
hold
watch
you.
that Apple keynote?
Of course,
What you think about the Apple Vision?
it will be copped.
All right, Drew, that's what I'm talking about.
You replacing Oculus?
I was on the Oculus last night. I'm never giving it up.
But you just know you copping that too.
That shit look like it might be an upgrade. I ain't gonna hold you. I could be wrong though. Could be wrong.
It is definitely. I mean, it's
Augmented reality, bro.
I asked you because you actually got an Oculus,
so
and you support it. So
for me. All right, so like Oculus outside of the games is so much more. You know what I mean?
right.
Like they actually have a short film on the Oculus now. It's a scary film. It's pretty trippy. I ain't gonna hold you.
Right.
Even Biggie's concert is back in the Oculus. So it's another entity of that. Also being able to watch NBA games, like in the arena, but it's in the metaverse. You know what I mean? Like that's next level shit for me. You know what I mean? I don't. Granted, okay, with this Apple shit is for me and with my production company, I can see a lot that I can do with this. Now, just imagine. With all those cameras that you have, you're talking like at least, 6 cameras on the shit. You got 2 at the bottom, 4 in the front, and I think maybe it's a little bit more. Maybe it's like 1 in the center. So imagine being able to record. Like I'm looking at, but also like as I'm moving my eyes to the left and right, that's what the focus is on. So granted, yeah, it's on my
that's what it's
face,
doing?
but it's monitoring my pupils. You see what I'm saying?
It's
so what-
augmented reality.
Yes. So if I'm looking at the photo app with my eyes, that's what the focus is going to go on to. So imagine,
But he can still see you talking in the mic.
still can see all that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, imagine those moments of, damn, I wish I had my phone out, or damn, like some shit that you only get to see with your eyes.
That's crazy.
You're now able to do those, like catching shooting stars and catching, the blood moons that we have, and being able to catch that stuff as like a videographer or a cinematographer. It's kind of scary for us because now imagine me on a set. Boom, I'm looking over here and recording, and now I can piece the shit together on the same screen. So essentially, I can lay out the music video or lay out the promotional ad that I need to on the fly. And if I can piece it all together, and if I don't like something, I'm still in the real time. I can take the shit out, and then I can turn back and just look at you. But hey, I need this piece again, and I can piece all that shit together.
I look at it like when we see in the Marvel.
Like,
I look at it when we see in the Marvel movies, like with Black Panther, Avengers, when they in their office and they slide over, toss this over here. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Because when they show the dude in the kitchen, he in the kitchen prepping up some food, and then he go to his messages. Okay, he opened up Safari. I look at it exactly like that. You get to the point. You remember on Infinity War when they had the conference meeting, and he basically just closed dude out and just pushed him to the side. Basically, they in their conference room, but he's in his office talking to them at the same. I look at it like that.
Yeah. See, I remember
that shit hard though, Mo. That shit 3,500. It might be worth it, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
I mean, these niggas are watching this shit on YouTube on a $3,700 camera. So you know what I mean? Like it's another investment.
What was the pixels drew? Like 120 million pixels or some shit?
It's fucking crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
It's crazy. But now, all right. So let me take y'all back. So it was Trainer Games, Hunger Games, and it was a scene. Can't remember which one it was, but she turns to this guy. And the guy has a suit on, essentially. And it's like he has a helmet on, and then he has two things off of his shoulders. That's the cameras that are coming off of his shoulders. And he's able to digitally control everything from the headpiece and the screen that's coming across his face. That right there was like a 13 years ago or 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? To see a full fold of this now. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at it as...
basically like how Iron Man is in his suit. Yeah. Where he see everything right there. He
everything right there. But to be able to record right then and there, those moments.
Send messages.
To do everything right there from your face. Now, essentially, it's a little crazy because if you're sitting at home, you're kind of like a phone on the charger because you got to plug it in. You got 2 hours of fucking playtime. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
When you're off the charger. But if you're sitting on a charger, you got all day, you know what I mean? But essentially, now you're a phone, like you having to...
You are a phone,
like you have to sit down next by the wall to the extension cord, and you got to be plugged in order to, manage and do whatever. But, 2 hours of playtime is, relatively how you're moving.
That's high. That's a lot.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I can to shoot a fucking movie, a short film or anything all through your eyes and controlling it because there's some moments you can't even get with a camera. You know what I mean?
That's fact.
Like, I might take, like, that blink of an eye of me clicking and you blinking, I might catch you blinking. You see what I'm saying? When I'm sitting here holding my focus and waiting on that moment of whatever I'm trying to capture. With this, I don't have to do that. I just have to look at it, and it's capturing that moment.
Right there.
You see what I'm saying?
Right
That's next level. Now, just to think about like how movies are going to start to get shot now. So, like the progression of the shit is only getting higher and higher.
You see it every day.
And I'm excited for this shit, y'all.
I'm excited for this shit. I ain't never really been excited about an Apple product, but this one right here might be my favorite out of all of them. I wasn't even this excited about the iPhone when it first, and I've had the iPhone for 11 years now. Yeah. I got an iPhone 4 2012, and I've had it ever since. But and everything else that came along, like the Apple Watch, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But this right here,
it's next level.
This some next level shit. Have you had a chance to see it?
I've seen it.
What you think about it?
I just can't wait for it coming to some like Ray-Bans.
But they got Ray.
You know what? You
it.
laugh when you say that, but that's what they are transitioning to, like making things. The bigger things, but in smaller capacity. Yeah, but we seen it with the phones.
Snapchat has Ray-Bans out.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
They've been out for.
They had like a whole like machine that dispense them and all. Like,
yeah. So like they
never knew that.
So in the corner of the Ray-Bans is 2 cameras. So the dude who walks up and like, oh young dog, like it might be a nigga who looks just like it might be a random actor or rapper, he'll walk up to them boys and be like, "Oh, I thought you so and so," like dap him up. He always has those glasses on, and he's able to record those moments. But that's all through Snapchat. Now, with these goggles though, honestly, this technology has been out. Like, it's been out. So it's just really like when you see those concept videos, like concept cars and concept any electronics, that's just basically like for a major brand to be like, hey, I want to sign you guys to mass produce this shit.
They put it's like a bidding war kind of like who
So, this technology has been out for a while, and it's just so interesting to see it unfold for Apple to step into this arena. I mean, you're talking to bet against Facebook, to bet against, like Instagram. Like,
anybody's the one to do it, I will put my money on them.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's a big step, but that also means Oculus has to get better. You see what I'm saying?
That's pressure on them. Like Deak said earlier, it's always somebody behind you trying to be better than you.
This is what makes like an overall like technology kind of golden age or renaissance kind of.
It definitely is.
Because everybody gonna have to step it up even more, and it's like,
bro, imagine technology 20 years from now.
Yeah, I mean, but imagine how technology was 20 years ago. Like, it wasn't nothing like this.
And that's just 2000 now.
That's 03. Like, color screens was like a new thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got my first color screen from 2003. You know what I'm saying?
It was a new thing.
We didn't have color screens.
They just play that Snake on
black
that
and white.
You had to play Snake on black and white. You couldn't. That's the only game you could really play because there was no color. And now we at a point where you can shoot videos off an iPhone. Now we having in the next year or so,
bills off of
niggas
iPhone.
gonna be having, like you say, they're gonna be shooting movies off of a headset.
Yeah,
a headset.
They're
Like,
already doing off the iPhone already.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Big movies at that.
we can shoot the podcast off this if we wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like you say, in 20 years, what niggas gonna be doing? Like, what's gonna be the new piece of equipment 20 years from now?
You know what I find so interesting as well also is like the progression, because they kind of joke of us like back in the 2000s but 2000s, even with TV quality, I brought this up before, like the Ravens and Giants Super Bowl was in HD. That shit, like, if you play it right now, you can go. But they had a separate broadcast, so they had the standard and they had the high definition, and they had two different commentators. But if you go look at the HD one, it looked like that shit was just played yesterday. Yeah. So, like you said, it's amazing how much technology has. Like, 4K ain't a thing no more. I remember when I got the 4K TV back in 2014 when it came out, and I can't believe that was 9 years ago. That was 9 years ago.
It was plasma before that.
And it was plasma before that. So now it's like, it's always progression with the quality, bro. Always. Like, we see the reels all the time, Drew, with the cameras and everything. Phones, like, the convenience. And I'm the type of person, bro, I always pay for convenience. For me to just roll over in the morning and pay my bills all at one time off my phone. I didn't used to could do that. I had to go, okay, I got to go here. I got to go to the bank, get this, get that, go get. Nah, bro. Like, shit is evolving, bro. Shit is always evolving with this technology, bro. But Apple Vision, you got me sold, man. You got me sold, man.
Yeah, when is the release date?
Next year?
Yeah. So, I mean, niggas got time. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, bro. Like,
they'll have plans for that shit.
And I'm sure it's going to be a payment plans, but I ain't trying to go down that
They
road,
have all these bundle deals. Every time I go get a new iPhone, yo, you get the internet, you can bundle. I'm cool, bro. Yeah. And you got to think now, like what Mo was saying with the coloring on the phone, bro. Think about phone plans, period now. The foundation is data. It's not minutes no more. Yeah. It's not text no more.
The minutes are shit free. It's about the data.
It's about the data. Yeah. It's about the data, bro.
But see, I just see it like, man, making edits just so in depth and so real. Like color grading, getting into fucking faces and just, making shit certain skin tone pop. You know what I'm saying? Getting into really the nitty gritty of it being full spectrum in my fucking face, bro. You know what I mean?
Bro.
Like it's already on the computer. It's already on my iPad. But to be able to tap in to do color grade, like, I mean, I don't like to shoot in raw form. I mean, you know what I'm speaking of. Yeah. To shoot in raw form and then in post be able to to bring out the green of your shirt, to bring out the green of your hat. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
To actually make it look like it's so authentic and so real. Like, that's what I'm excited to really, just to see the computer side of it. You see what I'm saying? Because essentially it is a VR headset and a computer. See what I'm saying? So to have that 2-in-1 it's next level.
Dog, it's fire, like with quality, man. It's even like the text messages I have received even for our podcast, like visual wise, like dog, like y'all should actually look like a TV show / movie type shit. Yeah. Like podcast has even, because it's not even so much the audio that's carrying podcasts now, it's the visual. We live in a visual era. Yeah. Before it was just standard audio. Like Drew like for us, if we could just boom record audio, boom put it out, okay, that's a podcast. But nah, it's the visual aspect now, and there is kind of like a low-key competition with whose podcast visually is. That's how you're going to get the attention of people now. It's how your quality of your podcast look. And, as time goes on, there's always going to be an upgrade. Always be an upgrade. Oh, you see with the movies, I'm pretty sure you've been in. Like certain cameras directors use and shit like that.
Yeah, those guys use those red cameras, man. Like the quality is...
Shit, that's what Stan be using to shoot music videos, yeah.
Right. And a lot of them are using it now. And then eventually they're going to upgrade to something even more advanced. So it's just... That new shit that's about to come, dog. You're right. That shit is going to take over. Because they're already using the iPhones and using in big movies at that. So imagine using that device. That's just gonna be amazing.
Stan got a 12K camera, bro.
Yeah, a few
12K. Yeah. He shoot his music videos with the 12K camera he got.
Yeah, Stan got some shit, bro.
Yeah, he got the black magic that we use. Then he got some other shit. Like, yeah, bro. Like,
you got the red. I think the red Komodo.
The red.
Yeah. So when you typically record, what cameras do they use? Do you know? You don't really pay attention too much.
Again, they use, as far as I know, like one director I know, he used that red a lot, and I guess there's different types of advanced reds or whatever. I'm not sure, but
they start off at like 8K.
Oh yes.
Like as far as like the quality.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Yeah, 8K.
Matter of fact, the recent film I sent you, the Unveils, that was shot in that.
Okay. Yeah. Looks like it.
Yeah, that's advanced. It's like it has that kind of a gritty, but something that for most of Hulu TV shows, like the Atlanta and stuff.
It has that look.
It has that look. Like
that's
it could be on the.
It's a cinema.
When
it's a cinema camera, it's cinematography. When it's anything else, it's videography. You see what I'm saying? So it's a difference in it.
It's crazy because I remember I always talk about when we shot our 200th episode and those moments when Stan was shooting our shit. I'm like, bro, this shit look like a fucking movie, like TV show, bro. Like, and that's what he told me about the black. And then ever since then, it's kind of like, I remember it's crazy because somebody's like, yo, I was watching you and Mo on the TV, and I always tell people watching our podcast on the phone is great. But when you put it on the TV now, it's different. He's like, man, I was watching y'all podcast one day on the TV, and I seen Mo make a movement, and it was like no type of like lag or anything. Like it was just like y'all shit looked like a real like production type shit. And I was like, yeah, bro, like
real
that's
clear.
Yeah, that's the shit that you got. It's like Drew said, the cinema type look. Yeah, man. So I'm excited. Like what Drew said, I'm excited. I ain't really a tech head like that. I'm not really a tech buff like that, but I'm excited. But I know that's Drew's lane when it comes to the Apple product. So I'm definitely excited about that Apple Vision, man. I'm definitely ready to dive into that, man. So we'll definitely see January 20. I think it's January 2024, but if not, it's gonna be 2024 for sure. So
that shit's gonna sell out so quick.
Yeah, man. Drew, what's your thoughts on the finals, man? You had something else you wanted to add?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, anybody want to donate to help us get these vision lenses, that would be great. Yeah. Cash out wide open. You know what I'm saying? Just want y'all to know that. Y'all want to see more great work coming out from out the studio, goddamn. But you were saying about Miami, how it feel.
Yeah.
Yeesh. We had them up to the 4th. And the thing about it is, man, you just got to put your foot down on fucking Denver, brother.
Yeah.
You can't light up.
Can't let them breathe.
You just can't. And goddamn, I mean,
they come in waves too, boy.
Dog, if you got to stall out your car, stall out that motherfucking car, dog. Like, bro, this shit is crazy how these niggas just can do everything, bro. Like, out rebound us was insane. Game 2. Game 3. Insane. I mean, it just. Hey, bro, Monday, we gotta win this shit.
Gotta win. What I mean?
That's
do
just
or die. And it's
but I like how everybody's kind of staying, they don't seem flattered by the shit. Like, they don't feel flustered, excuse me.
Which is a good attitude to have. Yeah.
I mean, granted,
y'all won in Denver already, so you
Yeah.
can win again.
Yeah. So, got to get this shit back to Miami. But honestly, it don't even look like we're playing well in Miami, honestly. So, it is what it is. I just look forward to, Game 4.
Are you surprised at Caleb Martin and Struce's performance?
Yes, I am. And I don't know if it's just the pressure of getting, like, they feel like they've accomplished by getting this far. But they're not themselves. And I don't know if they feel the need of too much pressure on them, or they just get like look at the score and it's like, damn, like I must make this 3.
Yeah.
It's not that same move the ball around, bro. Like that ball rotation that we had game 1, like driving in and still kicking it out, and then rotate that shit back around to an open 3 that somebody's sitting. I'll prefer shit like that. I'll lose that way. But those rush 3s, okay, we get the putback, boom, we grab the rebound, then we pass it back out, and then instead of setting the shit up, you got a whole new shot clock. Instead of setting this shit back up, niggas are shooting the 3 again. Don't make sense. So that's where I'm at with it, man. We just gotta do the damn thing. We gotta get this shit together.
Yeah, it's definitely been y'all had some good games in this series. I will say it's been some good games. I'm definitely not surprised at the viewership, because I know that's been a thing. It was like, I ain't watching this finals. Well, the numbers say different.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, man, I'm watching the finals. I don't care who in it.
Man, niggas still gonna watch because they still want to tweet just with everybody else. Man.
Yeah, and you ain't doing nothing.
Y'all ain't doing shit. Just watch
Like
game.
everybody's gonna be wanting to. Oh, what time the game come on tonight? No, the game come on tomorrow.
All right.
There's no game tonight. Game 5 is always on a Monday, always. So it's like y'all ain't doing nothing. You know that's what's on TV right now. That got shit pumping. So, I do see them winning it tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised if they lose though, because y'all have one in Denver. So yeah, man, I'm into Deak. You been watching the finals?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You ain't really a sports person, are you?
No, I haven't really watched because man, listen, my guy, they done wave my guy Chris Paul, man. So it's like,
Oh, you're a Chris Paul fan? Okay.
so I'm trying to just. I don't know what he's gonna do, man.
Where you want to see him?
I
at?
want my guy to be. I kind of just want him to just go ahead and retire now, bro.
Damn.
I love him, man. But
That's
damn,
tough.
but like everywhere he fucking go, bro, it's like damn, like
He tails off and then something happens.
I don't get it, dog.
And he's 38.
Yes.
Yeah, he's 38.
I think he just needs to go to like a Golden State or some shit. You know what I mean? Like a place where he doesn't have to be.
Heavy minutes.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point in his career, it will make sense.
But he can still start though.
But
That's
going
the
Oh,
to
for
Golden
sure.
State, that's
He
what I'm
just
saying.
he,
Would he-
them
would he
injuries,
start?
man, in the
That's what I'm
playoffs.
saying. You saying
that's-
Golden State or Lakers or whatnot? What he
I'm not
gave a
saying
start.
Lakers. I would not say go to the Lakers, brother, because he's going to have to fucking be a point guard there. You see what I'm saying?
They been saying we should go get him. I don't know how to feel about that. bro.
No, because then he still has to be. He needs to go a place where he can have a veteran role and come do what he needs to do and
Basically cleanup duty.
and sit the fuck down. You know what I mean?
Come off the bench?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying,
Okay.
but a age humble Chris Paul, why not?
I agree with you. I ain't gonna lie.
Why not? Because honestly, the longevity of Chris Paul, we have seen that he can't do it. You know what I mean? He can't do a full season into the postseason, and
Since
then
about 2018, we
can't do it. He can't do it. So I mean,
2021, I would say, is kind of like the outlier in all of this because
Yeah.
he did play in the finals all the way up. But man, 18, 19, 22, now 23. It's
Yeah.
like, god damn, nigga.
it's almost like, honestly, like, you know how towards Shaq's the end of the career, he would come out, the beginning, then it was an air quote injury, then he came back after.
That Celtics one was it. 2010. That Celtics shit, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
But it was
That
like,
was it.
the nigga after All Star will come back, maybe like, to start getting the rotation of being back into basketball, and then playoffs, Shaq dominated. You know what I mean? Hell, that's how D Wade got his first ring. But outside the end of the day,
Yeah, when we saw 36-year-old Shaq with LeBron, and I'm like, y'all traded for Shaq to help LeBron. Like, let's be real, bro.
Come on
this
now.
ain't 06.
I
he
seen what he
he should have only played playoffs. Like truly, Shaq should have
I mean,
only
that's,
played.
that Celtics and Boston series 2010. Shaq was a non-factor,
Yeah.
complete non-factor,
Yeah.
bro.
But that's what I'm saying. You're at that age now. You're up there in that age now where full season, postseason, you just can't fucking finish, bro. And that's okay. It's okay. We know you're on your way out. And that's okay. We respect it. Nigga, Jordan's still with you. Somehow, some ways, they're still making Chris Paul shoes. But it's still one of those things like, bro, you had a good run, man. Now we're just trying to select to finish this out strong. You know, that's where I'm at. The Suns, they still needed you. You know, they needed you to make this push. You wasn't there. So that's why you're not there now. You know what I mean? But ultimately,
It's going to be an interesting all season.
yeah. Like, even with Damian Leonard speaking, you know, naming his
I was about to ask you about that. Miami, what you think?
Bruv, I'm calm. I ain't gonna hold you. That shit
you
ain't.
ain't
That shit
I don't
ain't.
know. Dame and Jimmy could get some shit popping.
That shit
dog.
didn't excite me, bruv. It honestly didn't. If we get him, we get him. But you know,
You ain't really like, hey,
it's just gonna be too much to give up for him. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. A lot of first rounders, some key pieces of what we have today.
Caleb definitely gone.
Oh, he out of there. Gabe, he's out of there.
Gabe is gone.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
think y'all should keep a few of them guys.
that's how I feel too. But in order to get
Dame, okay,
you're gonna
yeah,
have
I
to
get
give.
what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Dame, Jimmy, and Bam, that looks good.
it does look
That
good.
looks- that
I like
looks
the
good.
sound of that.
That
I
looks
like.
damn good.
I would like to play that on 2K.
Especially with Spoelstra coaching that.
Yeah. But it's still one of those things like I would like to grab somebody who desires to want to come to Miami. You know what I mean?
I
Not
think he desires it. I think he's just trying to play that good guy role because he don't want to ask for a fucking trade, and I'm tired of that shit.
He's been
Like, nigga,
harassing
just
him.
stand on your shit, bro. God damn. Just stand on it.
I mean they got the young little light skinned fella out there. What's his name?
And
yeah.
I mean, I say
Anthony Simons.
Anthony Simons.
Yeah, like, you know, they're in good hands, brother. There's nothing more you owe Portland.
You're not winning nothing out there.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're in good hands outside of you.
Yeah.
So, you know, for your career, make the push of where you want. Brooklyn, I don't see it. I don't see you winning in Brooklyn.
Nah, him and Mikal could be cool, but I don't think they're moving no needle.
We've seen we've seen you do the one guy in pieces thing. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
You know what I'm saying? So
And he knows he wants a chip,
Mm-hmm.
but he wants to kind of protect his image.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, my nigga, at the end of the day, bro, you gave him 10 years. It's
Yeah.
cool.
That's okay.
But stop trying to do this other thing when you know you really don't want to be there, my nigga. Like,
Yeah.
just ask for the trade like a man.
Yeah.
And stop doing all this, like this cryptic shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You tiptoeing around certain shit when you get in these interviews, my nigga. If you want to leave, leave. Other niggas have done it.
And it's
we
okay.
see through that now.
Yeah.
We see through that now, bro. We see through that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say
Nah,
about that
for real.
shit. So,
Yeah, man.
That's a fact.
yeah,
So, I mean, if he comes to Miami, cool. If he doesn't, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it.
that's what you had with
But
it.
I just feel like Miami is a desired place to be. You know what I mean? Like through all the playoffs, throughout the regular season, even last year, I feel the same. 2020, I felt the same. It's one of those. It's a desired place that you should want to come to Miami. Players should want to come to go play down in Miami, play with Eric Spoelstra under the identity of Pat Riley. You know what I'm saying? But we won. We win with less. We win without superstars. So it's not a necessity for us to do that shit. It's just the team camaraderie. If Dame can come in and be part of the Heat culture, I'm all for it. If he come with this Portland bullshit, get the fuck on and get out the way. That's
I
all.
feel you.
That's how I
feel
feel.
you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting all season, man. Like I said, great NBA Finals so far. Hopefully, your boy Chris Paul, either take your advice or he just get better, man. His health and fuck with him.
Nigga said
man.
you want him to retire. Damn, Deak.
Yeah, damn, Deak.
Listen, man, I just want to fuck, man, because I want to have a farewell shit too, man. But goddamn, I don't know how this shit looking, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
They say he might come back. They put him, but that means vet minimum. That's what that means. That's what that means because they ain't want to pay on that bread he owed on the end of that contract. But
Right.
I feel you. But
So are you just a Chris Paul fan or you a Suns fan?
No, I'm Paul fan, man.
Okay.
I'm Paul fan. I don't really have no team anymore. I used to be a Sac fan back in the day. Weber and them.
that was a squad.
That was,
That was a squad. Hell yeah. That was
I don't
a
see how
squad.
people go from being like a team to a player, like watcher. Respectfully, I don't know.
you know?
I don't know.
It happens. Some people just follow their teams, man.
Like, imagine. I mean, I know niggas like a few people on the timeline that literally follow LeBron everywhere he goes. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, it's always been weird to me because where's your loyalty? You know what I'm saying? Like, it is in sports. There's loyal fans, and then there's just kind of like everybody else.
And then you got hookers.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, where's loyalty in that play you go to, right? I don't know how I feel if he went to the Lakers, though, honestly. But, I mean, there's a loyalty with that same player.
You think they should hang that shit up, Chris Paul to the Lakers? You being a Chris Paul fan, because they've been saying this shit since
since
the
that
trade
last
got
trade,
denied.
Yeah.
It's about 10 years too late.
But as soon as any
Then the LeBron thing is like they cool, so
That's what I'm saying. Like
the whiff of free agency of Chris
I
Paul,
think he missed that window.
the Lakers go crazy for this shit, and I feel the same. Like,
I have
they
an
should hang that
interesting
shit
question
up.
for everybody in here. I'll start with you, Deak. Do you think he gets his jersey retired anywhere?
if he does, it'll probably be with the Clips.
You think so?
Chris Paul,
Yeah.
Damn sure.
I think he gets his jersey retired with the Clippers for sure. And I think he gets his jersey retired with the
New Orleans.
in New Orleans.
But it would have to be Charlotte.
That.
Oh yeah.
He was what? Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah,
the
it was
Charlotte Hornets.
New Orleans Hornets.
I mean, shit, I'm with it.
So
He did a lot when he was with the Hornets. Now
I think it's more for the Clippers, I would think.
Clippers is a lock, but if I had to say another team, it would probably be the Hornets too.
Okay. What do you think, Drew?
I can see it in that Bobcat jersey hanging up.
He did a lot in New Orleans now. Like,
Because you got to think, are they still carrying on the franchise records? Are the Pelicans still carrying on the Hornets franchise records, or the Charlotte Hornets still carrying on the New Orleans
that's a
Hornets?
good question.
Oh, shit.
Because they went from Charlotte Hornets down to New Orleans. Then they went away. It was the Charlotte Bobcats. That's a whole new franchise. Then Charlotte became the Hornets, and the Hornets became the Pelicans. So which franchise is carrying on the franchise records?
Damn,
Yeah, because
I
that
have to
was
look it
that
up.
was what Katrina
That
that
was Katrina,
created
yeah.
that separation.
Wasn't it the Oklahoma?
Yeah, it was
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was OKC.
OKC Hornets,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
During her Katrina.
Yeah.
That was Chris Paul. Chris Paul.
And then they went back to NO.
Then they went back because Chris Paul came in 04, 05.
05.
And Katrina was 05. So yeah.
But he spent most of his time as a Hornet in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And then they went away. Then it was the Bobcats. Because when they moved from Charlotte, the Bobcats was born right then and there. They became the Bobcats. Okay, so then they go away. Then I had to look that shit up.
Yeah.
I got to see who's carrying whose franchise
But
records.
he definitely getting his jersey retired with the Clippers for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That Lob City's era was a time. And I
He
mean,
submitted himself with the franchise
Yeah.
with that.
Okay.
and they ain't got too much shit to hang up in the
That's what
Raptors.
I'm
So
Fuck
you know,
no.
It kind
You know what I'm
of
saying?
Why not?
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, he's been more impactful than Kawhi, no?
Facts.
Yeah.
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 Facts.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Even though they didn't get to a conference final,
so
but
whose jersey would you say Clippers has retired? Is Odom retired?
no.
No,
They haven't
retired?
had nobody notable to
Yeah,
retire.
nobody knew.
And then that team that they had 06, 07, when they went 7 games with the Suns, they made that playoff. That was a cool team, but they haven't had nobody of notoriety to quote unquote retire. It would have to be somebody from the Lob City, Blake, CP3,
Blake CP3 for sure.
one of them two.
Did DeAndre Jordan get his jersey retired?
No,
Nah, DeAndre Jordan get no jersey retired. The Clippers, hell
DeAndre
no.
Jordan with the Nuggets right now, right?
Yeah, about to get a ring. And Reggie Jackson. When the fuck did he slip on the Nuggets?
He probably.
Oh, he got some. No, he got playing time. Game 3.
I ain't never seen.
Yeah, I was like, how the fuck this nigga slip on the fucking Nuggets? That shit was crazy.
Okay, so as of 2023, only 2 teams in the NBA do not have any retired numbers, and that's the Los Angeles Clippers and the Toronto Raptors.
Jesus, Kawhi getting his retired.
Sacramento,
And Chris Bosh should too.
definitely. But I think his is
Raptors?
retired. His is retired in Miami.
How about Vince then?
Vince should get his retired. Vince, Kawhi,
T-Mac?
and definitely Chris. T-Mac was there long enough.
No, he wasn't.
T-Mac was there.
He left
Yeah.
2001, 2?
Okay.
I think one.
2001, I think. Because I got a Raptors T-Mac jersey, but it's 98, 99. So I think it was after that. Yeah, it was because we tried to get him in free agency.
Yeah, Mac would get the Magics.
The Bulls tried to get him in free agency. So yeah,
That's crazy.
Chris Bosh should definitely already have his
Bosh.
retired. Kawhi's gonna get his retired even off the 1. He's gonna get his retired off the 1. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's gonna get that. He bought them their only championship.
Do you think the Spurs retired Kawhi jersey too?
They should.
They should, yeah.
Well, he got 2 there.
Yeah, then he got some all NBA defensive
what I'm
teams,
saying.
all NBA teams there. Think 2, 3 of them. I would.
I'm not against it.
Yeah, I'm not. So, Deak, man, appreciate you coming on, my nigga.
Yeah,
You're
thank
great.
y'all, man, for real.
Keep on pushing with your acting, man. I'm definitely looking forward to your projects, man. You got any shout outs you want to give? Any last words?
Man, it's just, again, like I give y'all flowers, man. Just thank y'all, man, for having me here, bro. Like, it's been a long time coming for me, man. And, you know, I got some shit coming up soon. Again, like I said, that project, The Book of Tears. And just people who out there support me and, you know, rooting for me. And
Hell yeah.
it's all love, man. True, you know what I mean? It's been a while, you know what I mean? So it's all love for me, always been, and, you know, never gonna change that. So again, just you guys, y'all continue what y'all doing, man. I respect that.
Respect.
Always. Man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Real talk.
Appreciate you, man.
Love.
Thank you.
So like we say every episode, man, you listen to this, man, you feel this type of way, always remember,
We're just some messengers.
we out.